Game 4, 116 to 113 to take a 3-1 lead. Anthony Edwards and the Wolves pushed the Lakers to the brink of elimination. The New York Knicks took another thriller in Detroit, also a 3-1 lead over the Pistons. Jalen Brunson had 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists in the 94-93 victory. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody! Welcome in. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in. I'm your old pal AJ, joined as always by the man to my left, the man with a plan, the man whose name is not Stan, Mr. Rob Thompson!
Hey.
Good morning!
Happy Fiesta.
Whoop,
Settle down.
whoop,
We're only 2 days into this.
whoop, whoop. Good morning, Victor Brown.
Good morning.
Oh, we've already had some tacos today. Tacos. I think Rob has seen the light. I've been preaching the gospel.
A la Mexicana, Mike.
Carne a la mech.
Yeah.
It's
the perfect Vic Brown taco if it was if it
yeah.
was on corn, if you had the maíz, but outstanding taco. It's really good. Really.
That's why I get
really
one of
good.
each now. It's in the discussion.
Yeah.
It's in the discussion.
But it's hard to, because I don't know if I can get that. Maybe I could find that someplace else. But
I've tried a couple
the carne
places.
asada,
It ain't-
I know. There's only maybe one or two places in all of San Antonio that I put even close to Benny's.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately today, Benny's put a special treat in my carne asada taco.
Well, in my house, it's a
there?
good luck charm in my house.
A bay leaf.
See, I mean, there are worse sins to commit as a
I'll
chef
eat it.
or as a cook. But
Putting
yeah,
vegetables
it's
in
one
my,
of those. It's one of those. Come on, chef. Come on, cook.
Help me out here, Bubba.
There are worse things to find.
There are worse things. You're right.
I mean, the fact that Benny's is using bay leaves, I think you should really kind of.
That's true. That's
take
how they
it
get
as
their flavor.
Right.
Obviously, they're working very hard on their flavor. What a weekend, friends! What a weekend. The NFL draft. The NFL draft has come and gone. Looks like 364 days, 22 hours.
Is the clock up?
I didn't see it.
Or is
I
this
think
the
I think they
countdown?
got it down for now. I think they've got it down for now. But yeah, the NFL draft comes and goes. We'll talk about that quite a bit today. The NBA playoffs still in full swing. We'll talk about
fun.
that as well.
Playoffs are fun.
I mean,
it's a fun playoff. I mean, it sounds goofy to say things like sports are fun, but this playoff has been particularly fun. It's 3-1, and you look at it, if you weren't watching the games, think, man, first round's going pretty chalk. But no, these are all pretty fantastic basketball games. It just is 3-1 leads across the board.
I ain't been real mad. I mean, they're competitive series, or at least competitive games. So, I mean, you expect the favorites to win in round one specifically because the haves and have-nots in the – like we always say, there's plenty of teams who make the NBA playoffs who have no business making the playoffs. But, yeah, good games. Although there's been some controversy in the Nuggets-Clippers, controversy in the Knicks-Pistons. So
Just another playoff.
Oh, yeah.
And just another playoff.
What would it be without some?
I mean, it's every year we have this.
Foul.
Well, it was a foul. But you know what? As my coach would say, it's only a foul if they call it.
Right.
Other than that, it's just contact.
Right.
Well, I think they came out after and said a foul probably should have been.
It was definitely a foul.
And there's
It
nothing I hate
sucked.
more. Nothing I hate more as a sports fan, or particularly as a sports bettor.
Oh, there we go. Better. Let's get there.
Then after the game, the league coming out and saying,
Yeah, we were wrong.
yeah, we missed that one.
Well, okay. So would you rather them? I appreciate the transparency.
But
I do.
That doesn't change anything.
It doesn't fix the wound. I get it. But at least.
And this is the playoffs.
I understand that there's some transparency there, and we want it. And I know that it doesn't fix anything because they're not going to rewind and fix the problem. But I'd rather know that they know they made a mistake. That, it sucks. But I'd rather know that they know.
How about this?
Bro, we screwed up.
How about this? The official in charge, we're fining him $50,000.
Well,
whoa.
But I don't want to be I also don't like the my bad guy. And we know it's your bad. Fix it. Don't do it again. But I'd rather them admit the fact that they made a mistake, knowing full well that they can't fix the mistake. At least they're acknowledging the fact that they did.
I don't know. It's salt in the wound in my mind. But what are you going to do?
He got fouled.
There's
caught it.
No doubt that he was fouled on that.
Dez caught it.
And the other one, the Nuggets Clippers game, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how.
This is a 1 in a million, bro. I tried to, how do we fix this? Is it like lasers across the top of the back of the hoop? So the moment that the lasers, it was.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how else you fix. When do you decide a bucket is a bucket?
I mean, it's through the basket. Is it off his fingers? I don't know. It was tough,
I think it's a bucket. I do. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 51%. It's a preponderance kind of thing. But man,
I think at the end of the day, it's whatever they called on the floor just had to stand.
Sucks for you, Clips. But oh well.
Yeah.
I lost .03, brother. You want pain? I got pain. I've seen pain. I've lived through it.
Well, it happens to everybody at some point, but the series have all been. I won't say all. Most of the series have had at least some drama.
Well, even the Boston Orlando, we had a home win. I mean, they woke up and did something.
You know what? I guess even to an extent, the Thunder series, even though it ends up being a sweep, it wasn't without
a little bit of fun,
some fight. So, it took two huge comebacks for the.
Well, I think they were pacing themselves, quite frankly. Hey, let's give them 20. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get down by 20. I got $50. Says we can come back from 21 points. Anybody in on that? Anybody in?
So it took that comeback and then a 2-point win in the final. Or in the final game.
These are grown ass men. They got to go out swinging. They're girls in the stadium. So
yeah.
There's something to the closeout is. There's a reason the closeout game is the most difficult on the road. So I think what we witnessed is the most effective and honest truth about the NBA is. The best team always wins. It's just so hard. I shouldn't say always. 99% of the time to win 4 times. And it just, you get the best team. Now, sometimes it takes 7 games. Sometimes it takes 5, or sometimes just 4. But for the most part, it's just really, really hard for the better team to lose. You got to be almost willful or, in your execution or just so done for whatever reason to lose like that. And we're seeing that. And then we're also seeing it's hard to win playoff games, and kids got to learn to be adults. And Detroit, this was a learning experience. These guys have gone to school for 4 games because the playoffs are just different, and they've just not reacted well to the playoff atmosphere.
Well, and sometimes you got to eat a little on your way to what you're going to become.
There is the what's it called, incremental growth that we're watching these young teams go through.
Thunder went through it last year in the playoffs.
Denver prior to that. I mean, sometimes you got to get your ass kicked so you realize who you are.
The Rockets might be going through it right now.
I guarantee you they are. This is just the life you have to live as a young, good NBA team. You're just going to have to go through the rocky road, or you don't progress right. There's no shortcut,
The only other besides I guess it's the 2-1 seeds. The 2-1 seeds seem to be having very little trouble. The Thunder, obviously, they're already through to the next round, and the Cavs have not sweated much against the sweated or sweat. They've not sweat
as a group. I think as the Pacers would sweat as a whole, but no.
I don't know. The
Pacers sweat. He sweats.
They've not had much sweat through 3 games, and I expect that they probably get the job done tonight and take Game 4.
Closeout games? No, I'm just saying, man.
All right.
Closeout games at home. That's hard. Like I said, your girl's in the stadium, man.
Well,
I'm playing tonight.
Tyler Hero's probably got several in the stadium.
I'm just saying, I got mouths to feed. One more playoff check would not hurt.
We will see. So we got plenty of that to talk about. We've got to discuss my first Fiesta
Yes, sir.
event. Oh,
Baptized,
yes.
baby.
I'm in the game, baby. I went to the Oyster Bake over the weekend.
Saw Tonic.
Yes, Tonic. Oh, yes. It's funny that Oyster Bake just brings out bands from like when I was in high school, and that's the show, which I'm down for. It was good times.
I saw Loverboy there, so that's a very true statement.
There you go. But we'll talk about the food that I ate there.
He was baptized.
Yes,
in every sense. We've opened
I'm
the
in it,
door.
baby. I'm in it.
He's in.
I'm becoming one with the city. All right, we'll talk about that. It's a Mellow Mushroom Monday, so we'll give away a $50 gift card. Looks like we got some tickets to some comedy. We got some tickets to some 311. Ooh, look at that. 311.
In the Kingfish.
That's right.
Oh, the Kingfish is here.
The Kingfish is here.
Come on in here, Kingfisher.
I also saw a movie yesterday. I saw Sinners yesterday. I was going to watch it with Rob.
Well, I would have gotten in trouble with my wife.
Dude, that's why I went without you.
But I was going to recommend, let's go see Warfare instead.
Okay.
So
Okay.
We're down with Sinners. I'm committed.
Rob was like, I
Hey,
told
dude,
Rob,
let's
I
go
was
this
like,
week. I want to go.
I said on Saturday, I was like, I'm going to go tomorrow and see Sinners. And Rob says, oh, yeah, I'll go.
I want to go.
And Rob's wife,
Looked at me like,
the hell
hey,
you are?
What about me? Like, well, you can go too.
But,
I didn't think she wanted to go. It's a horror movie. She's normally not down with those. I wouldn't have just jumped right in. If it was a rom-com, I'd have been, yeah, Kelly and I want to go see that. But Sinners, I thought, would be one.
you know? But we'll talk about all those things and the NFL draft. It's a hell of a party. It's a happy Monday here on the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've got some road work that's causing delays on the north side on Loop 410, eastbound San Pedro on over to 281. It's causing a 20-minute delay. It's got the roadway reduced to one lane. The flyover ramps, eastbound, westbound, are both closed as well. I-10 eastbound, the off-ramp to get onto 1604. Road work is blocking the exit ramp. And 1604 westbound, the off-ramp to Vance Jackson. I-10, road work blocks the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery, you can get what you need without losing valuable time. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Join us for San Antonio's premier Fiesta event, Taste of the Northside, presented by H-E-B, Thursday, May 1st at 6. Experience gourmet food and wine tastings, sip on elevated spirits and cold brews, and enjoy live entertainment at our new location, The Rock at La Cantera. All proceeds benefit Brighton Center, serving children with disabilities and developmental delays in San Antonio. Limited all-inclusive tickets are $300 in advance and can be purchased at tasteofthenorthside.org. Viva Fiesta!
Being arrested isn't just a setback. It's a nightmare that can destroy your life and reputation. At Barton & Associates, we're here to make sure your one bad night doesn't turn into a lifetime of regret. Contact Barton & Associates today at texasarrest.com. That's texasarrest.com.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Spring is here, and in South Texas, that means storms, wind, rain, and hail. If you've been hit by a storm or think you have damage, now is the time to contact Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. Don't put your trust in an out-of-town storm chaser. Stevens Roofing is a family-owned, locally based company who will be here for years to come. The team at Stevens Roofing and Solar will give you peace of mind when the storms come rolling in. Call 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we get to chat with the Dallas Cowboys' #1 draft pick.
Tyler Booker is scheduled to join us on The Blitz. And, of course, we'll have all the reaction from the entire Cowboys draft.
Plus, we'll have Ross Tucker join us at 3:35.
The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Let it go. There it is. Hey, settle down, AJ. One Oyster Bake, he's already there.
All right, so I did my first Fiesta event. I'm now official.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't think you're fully baptized till you do Market Square.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And
but no, I'm just saying, he's baptized, but you really haven't experienced the totality of Fiesta.
I got there, and the first thing Rob said was, we got to eat a chicken on a stick.
Just get in line. Got to do it.
Now, I get in the line. I didn't know the line. It was like a 15-minute line. I'm thinking,
that's actually short. Right?
By the end of the night, yeah, that was a...
The guy right in front of me, there's a guy who they're like, hey, who wants a free chicken? And dude right there at the front says, I'll take it. You got to eat these 5 jalapenos in 30 seconds or less. So he wolfs down 5 jalapenos.
And they were the pickled Ricos. I mean, they were hot, but it was a pretty good feat. But it wasn't.
In my mind, I thought when you said a jalapeno on top, I thought it was going to be like a real jalapeno that's been like blistered over fire, like You know what I mean? Like the kind they put with your fajitas or something.
This is not the event you're going to get that.
Well, I see that now.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like pickled jalapenos.
Not well. I mean, for this particular dish,
I like them raw.
I like them pickled with the stick on the pickled.
Oh, okay.
And I like them dipped in the pickle juice. That's kind of
that's what
why I go to
they
that.
dipped it in the jalapeno juice.
Or the jalapeno juice. Sorry, I like that.
And I ate it. It was fine.
Yeah,
it's like Rob said. Rob told me, he's like, dude, trust me, be ready to be disappointed. It ain't that good, but it's
you got to
do it.
Okay.
So I did that. And then we ran around a little bit, drank some beers, talked to some listeners. Was nice seeing some folks out there who appreciate the show. And then got a couple cold beers, got a couple more cold beers. By the way, this is something I've already learned. I can give a pro tip now. Don't go to the draft beer station.
No.
The can is way, way better value. It's a 16-ounce can for $8 or a 12-ounce cup for $8. What are you going to pay for? I mean, you want the extra 4 ounces or not?
And it's, I mean, the canned beer is fine.
It's fine.
You got plenty of flavors, plenty of labels. It might not be your particular flavor, but it's close enough to what you're chasing.
Carbach.
Yeah.
Tell you that much. And by the way, that's the other finesse of the game. Carbach, $8. Modelo, $8. Whatever whatever crappy beer you're trying to drink, $8. But you can get the Carbach for $8 too.
Yeah.
That's how you get. Yeah, I would only drink. I drank all Ziegenbachs, baby. All Ziegenbachs all night.
Mm-hmm. They ran out of Ziegenbach my last hit. I had to go with a Stella, which is a random big 16-ounce can of Stella Artois, but yeah, that's what we went with.
And then I had a gordita.
Oh, dude. I told him, watching them make this, you're not going to eat anything better for the next week. Now, you might eat its equal, but you won't have a better gordita than the abuelitas that were cooking at Oyster Bake.
The little old lady just slapping
going to town. It was a beautiful thing to watch, man.
And I walked up and
to think that's how I grew up. That's how I grew up every weekend.
Slapping those things.
My grandmother doing that. Yeah.
And now I think
I'm diabetic.
The little old lady that was taking my order, I think like she had practiced, like
the four ingredients. Which do you want?
The 4 flavors. She's like, how can I help?
Pollo, carne.
And do you want beef, chicken, chicharron, or bean and cheese? And I think she understood all of those things.
3.
And I said, what's your favorite? And she said,
yes.
And then she tapped the girl next to her.
Yes.
Yeah. And then she said, oh, pollo. So I got the pollo gordita. Nice. With some guac.
It was a beautiful thing.
Lettuce.
I was gonna.
There's some salsa.
That thing came right out of the pan, right out of the grease. Yeah. Loaded it in your hand in about 5 seconds.
That was delicious.
It was.
Now,
I didn't have one, unfortunately. I'd already eaten my fill.
It's not a lot of food for $12.
Yeah, it was a $12 gordita. Let's not.
Yes.
It's criminal.
But it was very high quality, I must say. I do too.
It's tariffs.
I do too.
It's the tariffs.
I mean, I blame deportation, quite frankly.
We lost some of the better chefs. But.
Yeah. And then I wasn't hungry anymore, but I had tickets to burn.
Okay, so what'd you get?
So I got steak on a stick.
How was that?
Well, 2 things. One,
I've never had them.
It's a little tough. I mean, but I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't going to be,
Well, it's not going to be T-bone or
it's going to be a bone-in ribeye.
I mean, it's one of those traditions that I've never eaten one of those, so that's not
probably
one of my stops.
Steak.
So,
but what it did do was the guy was like, no line, and I came up, I gave him my tickets, and he said, how many? I said 1. And what'd he do? Handed me 2.
Wonder why?
Because.
Had he dropped one?
Because I'm guapo.
Oh.
Yes.
It wasn't that he dropped one.
Yeah.
But this one was a
He recognized you.
No, he saw one.
He saw you. You were the guy from the radio.
Yeah. He just picked one up off the ground and said, you look like you'll eat this.
Oh, yeah, here.
And he was right. He was right. I ate it.
See, the steak on a stick, I put off till Nyosa. So they have Anacuchos there at Nyosa. That's my one stop.
Okay.
And we'll have those on Tuesday. And by the way, it looks like we're going to Nyosa on Tuesday, and we will be packing medals. So come find us.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
the medals
boy.
have been a hit, man.
They have been.
They're good looking.
They have been. So I'll give some of those away. But, yeah, so my first Fiesta event in the books. I took the bus. I took some public transport.
Yeah, I just see. I forget that he's not total San Antonio yet. So he's coming in from Houston. My wife wants to go down early, so I just text him a random thing that you would text a San Antonian. Hey man, I'm gonna go to Crossroads and take the parking ride. We'll just see you there.
Yeah, I'll see you there. Yeah.
Well, I get the reply. What the hell is Crossroads? Where is?
I don't know.
Where? What?
That's the only parking ride we've been doing for the past 20 years,
hit
probably.
Crossroads. We're gonna do the parking ride, and it was like I spoke code to AJ. AJ, what?
Yeah.
Where? How?
We always park there if we're gonna go to the Battle of Flowers.
It's
Yeah.
the older I've gotten, the more I appreciate it.
So does it go to every event?
Every big
Pretty
event,
much.
every big event, we probably have 4 different parking rides around San Antonio.
I know the Fiesta Flambeau, the Battle of Flowers.
All those,
and,
like for the Alamo Bowl, there's park and ride.
Yeah.
For the big shows at the Alamo Dome, they do park and ride. And I've done it for a lot of different things.
Okay.
So
It's like $2.
it's a great
Good deal.
As long as you time your pit stops. You got to hit the pit stop because this is not the bus is going to keep going. They don't really care if you got it.
Yeah, they don't wait for you.
No,
Just pull that yellow cord.
Well, there's that. They don't see. That's what I'm saying. Pulling the yellow cord doesn't do anything. These are the expresses, boy. We're in a hurry. So you just got to time your
in a lot of cities, people
starts.
Just piss on the bus anyway.
Well, there's
Big
that.
deal.
But our clean via buses, I wouldn't want to do that.
They were clean.
And I will say, extraordinary. Those guys are always so helpful and nice. I mean,
Yeah.
the via folks, they roll out the red carpet.
Now, what I didn't like was they gave Rob a veteran discount and not me.
They asked.
And Rob got a silver token, and I got a
One
bronze
of those
token.
bronze ones.
Oh, third place.
Yeah, I felt very, very dejected when Rob said that he got a discount for
Well,
being a
I
veteran.
look like I was in the military.
And I apparently don't.
No.
So
you look like.
She goes, "Are you former service?" I go, "I am, but I can't prove it." She goes, "I trust you."
You didn't,
All right.
didn't even ask me. Instead, they gave me some tickets for free waters that I never even saw a booth where I could use those. It was like it's for a free water, soda, or energy drink.
Okay.
And she handed me like 4 tickets, and I was like, "Whoa!" I just came up. Nobody has that stuff in the whole party. It's all
You weren't.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, there were. I used one of those lovely free tickets.
Well, I didn't see a booth
Well,
for them.
we were searching for other stuff.
But
by
I
the time you
did
got
find the Red Bull people were running around giving out free Red Bulls, so that's how I got my energy for the day. I drank a couple free Red Bulls.
Nice.
Full sugar. So I was feeling it, baby. On the way home, I was like, my heart was racing. I was like,
were you sweating?
Yeah.
And,
it was one of those hot, sweaty Fiesta nights where
it was humid.
I drank a lot of beer and I didn't have to go to the bathroom too much. Sweating
Oh,
out, man. It was. Ooh.
I didn't have to go to the
sticky
bathroom too
before.
much until I went to sleep, and then I had to wake up every 10, 15 minutes, apparently.
For me, it was.
Like, here it comes.
I was perfectly fine until on the way home on a Fiesta Friday night, they just shut I-10 down at 1604. Nah, we'll just stop traffic for the next 6 hours. No one needs to get around during Fiesta.
Yeah,
no one's eager to get home.
No big deal.
Dude, it tested my limits. Let's just say that.
Did you pee on I-10?
I could have. I was just about to get it. I didn't. My wife was like, "Well, I guess you could just open the door." I was like, "I'm about to."
It happens.
I'm
I'm
about
not
to.
opposed. Hey,
Is that illegal? Like, would that be a good defense? Like, if a cop saw me do that, and I'd been sitting in traffic for 45 minutes.
As long as you stay in your car and just aim that way.
Just put me in front of a jury.
if there's not a cop within a few cars of you, how are they going to ever catch you?
How do you know, though?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
just look around. If you're stopped, you
from
can
the
just get out.
Karen from the
Just
Karen behind you with
get
the
up and
dash cam.
stand up.
Get
See,
out,
that's
look
my
around.
fear.
Do I see a cop? Nope.
Yeah.
And then the key is open the driver door and the passenger door,
And
now you've got a shield, or like the
that's
back door. Yeah.
Dude.
So you open two doors and you've got a little like your own little porta potty.
It was one of those.
Just don't
things
pee onto your floorboard.
Well, that's
your car is very low to the ground.
My first car, I actually could peel back the floor mat and see the road, and I could just seriously. I can just
You're rusted
see it
out.
Just pee right out the bottom.
Pee through my rust hole.
Yeah, the rust hole on the 65 T-Bird, but that I don't have that anymore.
Oh man, what a shame.
Yeah, it was one of those pees that when you were done, you were like, you kind of hurt. Like,
Yeah, because you held it too long.
Well, yeah, there's just that void now. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about Rob's bathroom things.
Oh, wait till you talk about the poop. Oysters did not work out well.
I didn't do the oysters. I didn't do them because
I did one oyster shot.
I didn't like the idea of having to rent an oyster knife. Like,
I want you to think about
it. Just
any
felt like a
other
pain in the
event
ass
in the world. I want you to think about any gigantic public event where right in the middle you can give them $10 and they'll give you a knife.
Yeah.
Well, and what's funny is they were taking people's knives away at the entrance.
Like, I brought my own oyster knife. No, that's not an oyster knife. You have to leave that here. We rent them for you.
You're going to need $10 to get this.
It's like
to make a
renting a prison shank.
Yeah.
You want your shank? No, I'm going to get mine inside. Oh, okay, come on in.
Crazy. All right. We'll be back. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've got some road work that's causing delays on the north side on Loop 410, eastbound San Pedro on over to 281. It's causing a 20-minute delay. It's got the roadway reduced to one lane. The flyover ramps eastbound, westbound are both closed as well. I-10 eastbound, the off-ramp to get onto 1604. Road work is blocking the exit ramp. And 1604 westbound, the off-ramp to Vance Jackson. I-10, road work blocks the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery, you can get what you need without losing valuable time. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to get ready for the summer season with the Quarter Moon AC $58.99 preseason special. It's a real home run. You'll have your AC ready before the summer heat hits. We'll inspect your AC's indoor and outdoor coils, filters, temperature levels, and make sure you're ready for the summer heat, all just for $58.99. So when your AC is warming up, Quarter Moon comes in like a heavy hitter.
Hey, batter, I'm gonna give it some heat.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
It's playoff time in basketball, and to make games more exciting, make sure you download the Underdog app, one of the leading sports apps out there. And Underdog just became one of the best places to make picks during the playoffs with their extender promo. With the extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start a playoff series by using your Game 1 boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one, whether your entry wins or loses. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. So download the Underdog app, sign up with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Hurry in for insider deals on must-have spring styles from your favorite brands, like an extra 30% off new dresses, handbags, and accessories from Karl Lagerfeld Paris, Donna Karan New York, Avec La Vie, and more. Plus, get 15% off fragrances, beauty, and skincare too. It's not only the best time to shop for yourself, it's also the best time to shop early for Mother's Day. Don't miss Friends and Family, going on now at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Exclusive sponsor of Fiesta San Antonio, Gomez Law Firm encourages you to enjoy Fiesta responsibly. For more than 50 years, attorney Joe A. Gomez has been helping victims seriously injured in car and trucking accidents. If you've been injured in a car or trucking accident, hire personal injury attorney Joe Gomez. Born and raised right here in San Antonio. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com or call 210-736-4040 for a free consultation. Gomez Law fights. Gomez Law cares. Viva Fiesta.
Cinco de Mayo is near, and the celebration starts at Total Wine & More, your cocktail central. Whether you're shaking up fresh margaritas, sipping on a crisp cerveza, or savoring a smooth tequila, Total Wine is your Fiesta celebration destination. So stop by your local Total Wine & More and make this Cinco de Mayo the best one yet. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we get to chat with the Dallas Cowboys' #1 draft pick.
Tyler Booker is scheduled to join us on The Blitz. And, of course, we'll have all the reaction from the entire Cowboys draft.
Plus, we'll have Ross Tucker join us at 3:35.
The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah! Morning, everybody! We heard some AC/DC at Fiesta. At the kids section, they were playing the whole Back in Black album.
Nice.
They weren't kids. They were a real band. Playing two kids.
Well, yeah. We listened to some Tejano.
Got that here somewhere, too.
We left before Sugar Ray took the stage.
And Josh Abbott.
Rob's wife was tired, and she didn't want any more Sugar Ray.
I
just want to fly. Oh, yeah.
See, the problem is we wouldn't have heard that till like 11. You know,
Well,
they wouldn't have opened with that. And I don't know any other Sugar Ray than that.
Every morning when I wake up,
Isn't that the same song?
No,
see,
they're all different.
Okay, so I know two songs. I thought that was the same song.
All different. Come on, man. They've got a bunch of hits.
What's it called when you combine a bunch of songs together?
A medley.
A medley.
A medley?
Sugar Ray just needs to give me like a 3-song medley, and I'm good. You could
Someday.
See, there it is.
Life has passed me by.
Didn't that guy go on to like hosting Entertainment Tonight?
I think he does do something like that. Or I don't know, actually. He does like cameos. I know that much for sure. But
it's Oyster Bake. That's what
falls apart. Answer the phone. They've got some songs, man. I'm telling you.
Well,
they're very, very famous.
For a brief shining moment, I'll give them their due. About 98, I figure.
Yeah, Fly came out in 97, and then their next album came out in like 99, 2000. But and then everything they did after that was irrelevant. Yeah, nobody heard it. But
they became a meme.
Yeah, but you know,
last time I'm not upset with it. I'm glad they were here. I just
like I said, my
chose to go home
when I was in high school. That was that was their peak. All right, we've got to start touching on the draft a little bit. The story of the draft was obviously the fall of Shador Sanders. And
didn't we make too big a deal of this? I mean, this wasn't Deion's kid,
dude, he was projected to be like there.
Yeah,
there were
he
mocks
fell a
who had
long
him
way.
going number 3.
It's crazy. I don't understand how it happened, and it seems it's a big deal. But my gosh, it got to the point on Saturday afternoon where it was like, I'll never forget this weekend. Where were you when you found Shador made it to the 6th round? Everybody on every news outlet, sports or not, really, we're talking about this, especially when folks who have any kind of football acumen looked at this whole class and said, I don't know what the big deal about any of these quarterbacks is, much less him.
Well,
I mean, it came true. People like us, and there's not a first-round quarterback in this draft.
But Mel Kyper stood up there and said, this is the best quarterback in the class.
Mel Kyper loved Trev Alberts coming out of college. You know, I mean, there's some – yeah, there are the pundits that swings for fences. But
I think he also said he'd retire if Jimmy Clausen was a bust.
So those kind of things. So, yeah, that's just part of the draft. But it was just – the pressure on this kid for what was, by most accounts, anybody who knew quarterbacks or just felt like they knew NFL football said, I don't like any of these quarterbacks. If it was a regular draft, the highest draft would be in the 2nd round. But, you know, this is what the NFL world is. So maybe we got a little bit of the league is kind of starting to realize that, you know, not every quarterback, not every one of them is worth the squeeze.
Well, I want to talk about why Shador fell. I want to get your theory, and I want you to kind of give me the idea if you think this is more football related or more personality related. But we'll talk about that next. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh. So it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. This Tuesday, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, you'll find everything from online to hybrid courses and lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. Apply now and save with no application fee through May 30th. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. so you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Viva Fiesta!
Yeah! I didn't see you there, Vic.
Oh, no, I was at home with the grandkids.
Oh, boring.
He was having his own fiesta.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Rob and I were out there dancing with gals who were wearing crop tops with flower crowns and
yeah. How lucky.
shaking their chi-chis at us. That might not have happened. But it would have been a whole lot cooler if it did.
Did you just say chi-chis? I don't think I've ever had chi-chis shaking at me.
Oh, yes, you have.
All right. So we're talking about Shador Sanders here, who falls to round 5. Now,
why does everybody feel that way? Seriously, the world is divided.
Well, he's an unlikable character,
and there's those that felt like he was shortchanged. That everybody, for whatever reason, dad, him, arrogance, all the stuff,
right?
Or that poor boy. It's one or the other. He was either victimized,
he's mistreated because of who his dad is,
something like that.
They don't like him, and they don't want to see a black man come up.
There's all that on one side. And then the other half is, this dude's under-talented. Why are we even talking about this? There are football scouts out there that are like, this isn't a first-round draft pick. This isn't even a second-round draft pick.
No.
Why is he even in the conversation?
Because of a record of 4-7 at one point.
So,
well,
anyway.
Claymore's convinced. He says, stop being dismissive, Rob. NFL made an example out of Shador because of personality and his dad, whom they don't like.
Who's they? Who is they, Claymore? Everybody in the NFL hates Dion? Everybody?
He said the NFL made an example. And that's where I can't buy in. I can't imagine there are 32 GMs who said,
nah.
Okay, well, let's all get together. None of us will draft this guy. We're going to show Dion. There's no way that would happen.
No.
I really think that we've got to consider the fact that maybe he is that bad of an interview.
Well, not maybe. I think we can fall on the fact that he is that bad of an interview.
I was seeing one I don't know if he was a GM or assistant GM or something, who was talking about the moment where was it Shiloh scored a touchdown and the ball boy tried to get the ball from him, and Shiloh took the ball back, and then Shador got in his face and pushed him away like a ball boy, and people were like, "This is the kind of stuff you like." What
right.
you can't do that in the NFL. That's not how adults act.
Unless, of course, you have the skill set of Jaden Daniels. And then I'm not saying what I'm saying. If you can win, if there is if it's 51%, he can win. Those guys get drafted earlier. Getting drafted 6th round into the NFL is no shame. It is not. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Or being the 6th quarterback taken. is no shame. It's just the overemphasized expectations with the last name of Sanders that he paid the price for. Bronny James took a fair amount of this, but he got overdrafted.
I think there's also something to, like, because I think that I'll give another example of someone who I think this exact same thing happened to. But when you really look at the film and you see that it's kind of a lot of checkdowns, and a lot of his numbers come from the wide receivers, and like I know everyone thinks, well, because he's Deion's kid, he's got to be like this world-class athlete. Like, he's an okay runner. He's not like a.
I mean, he did get drafted in the 6th round of the NFL play. Yes, he can run. I mean, he's an athlete.
But how different is that from Quinn Ewers, who went in round 7, by the way, was the last of 13 quarterbacks taken. Quinn Ewers was the last one. And remember, there was a time when Quinn Ewers was the #1 recruit in the country.
Even more than that, other than Arch, who came after the highest-rated quarterback ever to come out of high school.
Yeah,
so,
like one of 3 quarterbacks who have had perfect grades coming out of high school.
So
he went in the 7th round.
I say the same thing to you. The dude went and got drafted into the 7th round of the NFL. The guy's an athlete. Now, judged against other athletes, maybe not as much. I think Shador probably landed exactly where he should have landed. If it would have been most quarterback years in college football, especially when we're going back where quarterbacks stayed for 3 years and didn't transfer and grew into a system, and by the time they were juniors, they were throwing for miles, he would have been a 6th-round pick. 10 years ago, Shador would have been a 6th-round pick without hesitation, because that's how college football used to work. You matured into it. Now, he's getting graded against other things, but in the grand scheme of things, he's probably a 6th-round quarterback. Throughout the years, he would have landed there instead of this overrated year this year where we just expected him to go higher than he probably should have ever been considered.
Couple things. Frank says QB numbers from wide receiver. No way. Well, remember, his wide receiver was the number 2 pick in the draft and the Heisman winner. And it looks like all the NFL teams decided that Travis Hunter was more of a bigger part of that recipe than Shador was. And Leon says, I think all 32 teams can come together. Ever heard of Colin Kaepernick? Dude, Colin Kaepernick was so washed by the time that this was drama that,
dude,
like, that's the thing. Like, no.
First of all, you honestly believe 32 billionaires,
right?
Billionaires who are accustomed to getting their way and only their way will come together and go, you know what? Let's none of us get that guy. Without one of them going, I'd much rather win a Super Bowl than be hanging around you guys anyway. I don't like any of y'all anyway. No, there's no collusion when it comes to winning. They put rules in place to protect themselves from themselves, to make sure that things like this don't happen, because there's no honor amongst the billionaires. You think that they can collude? No, it's not possible.
I just think there are teams, and no, these teams aren't trying to help each other.
No.
If one of these guys thought that Shador could help their team, they would have taken him.
Well, there's 2 or 3 idiots. There's maybe 16 of them are idiots,
plenty of idiots.
And will not draft for other illegitimate reasons. But forever, billionaires don't trust other billionaires. They know how they became billionaires.
I think that the reality of it is there's a difference between a good college quarterback and a good high school quarterback, or a good NFL quarterback. And like the 2 best college quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life, Tim Tebow and Vince Young, neither one of them could really play a lick in the NFL. And both of them went in the 1st round. And I think teams have looked around and said, we got to stop doing this.
Well, I mean, that, and then let's not take away from the fact that, yes, his attitude and his name, in combination with physical things, are the reason he went in the 6th round. And I'll tell you, if I was looking at him in the 5th and I needed a quarterback and I go, okay, what's the sum total of what I get here? And that includes everything that he brings, it ain't worth it. No, I'm not drafting him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just, at that point, no. But if I'm out of options, or I only have one option left, which happened to be Quinn Ewers, then, now is the time I draft him, because this is where he should be drafted.
And then the thing that bothers me the most is that I don't know. I don't know if maybe Claymore's talking about something else when he says you could never relate. It's not comfortable for you guys telling it. I assume he's doing the same narrative that I've seen a lot of, which is that if Shador were black, this wouldn't be an issue. White. Or, if he were white, it wouldn't be an issue. But 3 minorities got drafted in front of him. He was the fifth quarterback taken. No one seemed to have a problem with Cam Ward going number 1. He's a black man. This isn't a black-white thing. This is a Shador Sanders thing.
I do think that there is some timing to this that is worthy of conversation, because whether he was the best athlete coming out in the draft, he is the epitome of the modern athlete. I think when you combine everything to what college sports is becoming, where the players are now the centerpiece with every ounce of leverage. You don't like it, I'm gone. You're going to pay me money and I can leave and not even pay you back? I'm gone. So I think that there is some step up to the man. This is big time, and no, we don't put up with this. You don't have the leverage you had in college, and I think there was a bit of an example made just because Prime's kid was that kid. So I do think there was a little bit to it.
We'll continue this conversation on the other side. Someone said cancer and legal trouble. Legal trouble and cancer don't necessarily go hand in hand. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery, you can get what you need without losing valuable time. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Made in America. Highest quality. That's Kinetico Quality Water Softeners. There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Kinetico is a wise investment for your home.
Trust me, Kinetico water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Kinetico uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it.
It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at KineticoSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
KineticoSA.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Your marriage is over. You know it. Your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton & Associates, an aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've got some road work that's causing delays on the north side on Loop 410, eastbound San Pedro on over to 281. It's causing a 20-minute delay. It's got the roadway reduced to 1 lane. The flyover ramps, eastbound, westbound, are both closed as well. I-10 eastbound, the off-ramp to get onto 1604. Road work is blocking the exit ramp. And 1604 westbound, the off-ramp to Vance Jackson. I-10, road work blocks the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The NBA playoffs continued yesterday as the Minnesota Timberwolves took Game 4, 116-113 to take a 3-1 lead. Anthony Edwards and the Wolves pushed the Lakers to the brink of elimination. The New York Knicks took another thriller in Detroit, also a 3-1 lead over the Pistons. Jalen Brunson had 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists in the 94-93 victory. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
2 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Talking NFL draft on a Monday.
Did you watch the draft longer? Did you pay attention to the draft longer because Shador hadn't been drafted? Was it a reason to hang around to the 6th round?
5th round. But, yeah, I watched a little on Saturday morning because I was curious to see where he'd go. Which kind of brings me to the other point that what do we really think is more likely? That 32 NFL GMs decided that they were going to pass on this ultra talented guy that was supposed to be the second best quarterback prospect in the draft? Or is it more likely that things like ESPN and, you know, these organizations that actually have salt in the game would hype up a guy like Shador Sanders?
No, AJ.
Because people want to talk about him and people are going to give ratings.
You think that ESPN would blow the story up to make people watch their draft coverage?
It just seems a little more likely.
No way. Now, I will say, okay, now, this is so infuriating because you're absolutely right. I don't, where did Mel Kyper, I'm always, so when you hear me say it, it's out of adoration, not I'm not mocking him. But haircut. At what point did he become a prosecuting attorney?
When he got that haircut.
Well, that haircut, for him to sit there on the stage on Friday and just blow up everybody in defense of his obviously ill-conceived opinion.
Yeah.
For him to just prosecute everyone. There's no reason, absolutely disgusting, that this is happening. Oh,
every NFL scout whose job is on the line. Yeah.
Shut up. I mean, I think he hurt their coverage. I mean, at some point, I get if I'm producing this show, I want controversy. I want people to stay. I want a reason to get through. But this was done it hurt him. It hurt the kid. It hurt their coverage because it derailed everything. We forgot, like you keep bringing up, and many of us have forgotten, Cam Ward did go number one. An African-American quarterback did go number one. So that argument on the periphery holds some water, but not nearly enough for this to go. It shouldn't have been as controversial. We should have been more evidently obvious about why he didn't go instead of, it's just Deion's kid and he was a bad interview. Lots of bad interviews have gotten drafted. Lots of idiots have gotten drafted. Lots of big guys who legitimately, after their career was done, came out and said, I can't even read. I mean, so I'm not going to buy that. If you help win, you get drafted. That's at the end of the day all that's required. This is not a beauty contest.
I think what people are failing to realize is outside of the first couple of rounds, if you're drafting a quarterback in round 3 or later, you're expecting that you are drafting a backup quarterback.
It is a swing for the fences. It's a hope for the best scenario.
So if you're drafting a backup quarterback, do you want a backup quarterback who comes with a lot of drama and baggage and fanfare? Or do you want a backup quarterback who's going to have his head in an iPad, just learning every day, trying to soak things up? And I think they decided, okay, and I mean, hell, Cleveland did decide that they thought Dylan Gabriel was 2 rounds better than Shador Sanders. I mean, they decided if we're going to take a backup here, we like Dylan Gabriel better than Shador Sanders. And you know, it would come round 5. Maybe they think, well, let's take a shot. Maybe the juice is worth the squeeze here, and if not, we can just cut him, kick him to the curb because he's a 5th round pick.
He's a 5th round pick, and I guarantee you, most grades in a normal draft year where you have some guys that have NFL skill sets and appearances, and we didn't have much of those this year. He probably would have worked out to a 5th, 6th round pick, not the next 6th quarterback taken, but I'm just talking about where his skill set would have landed in a normal draft.
But there were a lot of people once Tim Tebow kind of flamed out of the league who were saying, well, they're persecuting him because they don't like him throwing his beliefs in our face
and praying.
And I said, you know what? I'm not saying that's why he's out of the league.
Shoot, you win football games, man.
What I'm saying is if you're a backup caliber quarterback, teams don't want you to be a distraction. Teams don't want their backup quarterback to be the most popular person on the team. They don't want the backup quarterback getting
natural to the position. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, I mean like with the media. They don't want the media after every game because that's what was happening with Tim Tebow. When Tim Tebow wouldn't play, there were more cameras around his locker than the starting quarterback's locker. Well, and teams don't want that. They don't want that distraction.
Some teams don't. Others don't mind it at all. Sell jerseys. That's all that matters to me. Sell jerseys. I don't care if you're starting, make news. And I think half the teams feel like, I don't care, go make your money. And half realize it does influence the team when your backup quarterback is the most popular dude and certainly not the most talented. I get all of that. And it is part of the game. But there is, and I will come to Shador's defense again, that he is the example of the modern college football athlete, and he did pay a price for it. I do think that he came in with a bit of arrogance that was indoctrinated into him that he thought was normal because that arrogance got him paid, that arrogance got the needle moved, that got his NIL. Everything he did, it got him paid. Well, now the motivation to get paid has to be focused someplace else. You have to produce on the field from now on, and until you do that, all that external stuff will be scoffed at. Now, what does Gruden say? The best thing about football is it's a meritocracy. So now is this opportunity. But guess what? Here's the thing we're not talking about is Deion's going to cash in on this too. They are filming a Gatorade commercial right now. They're filming everything that he's already endorsed. They already have the ad campaign. They don't know me. Here I come. He's going to be just fine. And I promise you, on Saturday night or Friday night when he was not drafted, his PR team came and sat in front of him and said, guess what? We have a plan already in place. We already have plan C. If this was to slip, we've already talked about this, young man. Guess what? Here's your next check. You're filming tomorrow with Gatorade. Next week you're with Nike with the comeback shoes. And you're going to do all this, and we're going to make even more money because now you're going to overcome.
Yeah. And like Claymore, Dylan Gabriel, all 6 years of his illustrious career, couldn't crack the first round. But you know what? In all 6 years that he played college football, he lost 17 games. Shador lost 12 and 2. Like there are things that like go into it. Like some guys are looking for a guy who's a winner. Some guys are looking for a guy. And if you're looking for a backup quarterback, the last thing I want is a guy who's a me guy. And I think 32 teams decided Shador Sanders, and I said this on Thursday, but before the draft even started, I said Shador Sanders is probably a backup NFL quarterback. Like by skill set, that's what he is.
We all know that. We all know that.
No, not everybody knows that.
No, I think all the NFL scouts knew that. You look at it. Louis Riddick, as always, was spot on. If you go back, and Louis Riddick was objective the entire time. When the teams came by, they're not going to draft him, and let me tell you why. Why is this team not going to draft him? Let me tell you why. It's not about him. It's not about his game. This is why. They don't need what he brings. And down the line, a lot of that happened. Now, it's odd the way that Cleveland ended up making this draft. That's a very strange place for him to land. And that was at the end of all the places for him to land.
Well,
with Deshaun already there.
I was going to say, name a team where you would rather have your backup quarterback get more attention than your starter.
Oh,
Cleveland. I mean, the one where your starting quarterback is a multi-time accused rapist.
And then a guy who, man, it's the strangest but best of all possibilities for me as a football fan because he landed in a bizarro world. That's a bizarro world up there. They drafted 2 quarterbacks?
And Manny says, no way the Louisville quarterback is better than Shador. I don't know. Here's what I do know. Tyler Shuck's 6'5" and can throw the ball a country mile. And what NFL scouts are looking at is like, can we turn that into something? What's the upside of it?
Well, here's the argument with Shoke, though. If he wouldn't have been hurt, he'd have been drafted in the NFL a long time ago. He suffered through 2 catastrophic injuries. So if the knees hadn't been, no, it was first a shoulder, then a knee or whatever. If the first injury hadn't happened, the dude would have already been in the league. He'd have already been drafted in the top 3 rounds. So I will discount that because the reason he's here was because of catastrophic injury.
And remember,
but his production was always great.
And remember that, like Tyler Shuck coming out of high school, went to Oregon, had been offered by Alabama and Michigan and Georgia and every big program. Like, there's a pedigree here of this dude.
And he can sling it. I mean, the numbers show you that he can do everything that Shador, quite frankly, can't.
You keep saying all 32 teams, AJ. It makes your point. And he says not all 32 teams needed a quarterback. But plenty of teams need clearly, how many needed a quarterback? So he was the 5th choice out of quarterbacks, and the 5th choice of quarterbacks happened to go in round 5. So instead of like last year where teams are taking the 5th best quarterback in round 1, because last year they thought there were starting quarterbacks to be had. This year they thought there were 2 starters, a couple maybes, and a bunch of backups.
And let's be realistic. Every team passed on him 3 and 4 times.
Yes.
So it's not just once. It's 3 and 4 times, man. It's,
like I said,
whether you needed a quarterback or not, Cleveland didn't either. Finally, it got to where the squeeze was worth the pluck. You know what I mean? At this point, I'll take him now.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. Big deal.
If he goes down swinging, heck, I did my best. I gave him a shot.
Yeah.
So at that point, it becomes a very easy pick. And I'll tell you what, I would have been shocked if Jerry wouldn't have drafted him. I felt like, here it comes.
Yeah.
You want to talk about dancing after a pick? And I'll tell you what, Cowboy fan would have been overjoyed. The world, everybody else would have been much more accepting of the fall if he'd have landed anywhere but Cleveland. Seriously, it felt like not only did he get blackballed by the league, but now we're going to put you in solitary confinement. You're not only going to jail, we're putting you in the hole.
And that's the other thing is like it's when you think about him being the 5th quarterback taken, that's maybe more of a testament to the class than it is to the players.
Yes,
because
none of them were there.
And we've been saying none of these guys are I said months ago, I would not take a single one of these guys round 1, which, by the way, that includes Cam Ward or Jackson Dart. Not for me. But the fact that, I guess he was the 6th quarterback taken, wasn't he?
He was the
Gabriel
6th
was the
quarterback.
5th.
Yeah.
But, you know, in a normal, Bo Nix was the 6th quarterback taken last year.
He had a great year.
Round 1. You know, but the 6th quarterback any given year could be somewhere between round 3, 4 on average.
But what we have
this year, it was lower than normal.
But you have to, just like I believe that the quarterback should be separated out of the salary cap. The money is just so ridiculous. I think you should have a singular salary cap for quarterbacks. I also believe that quarterback rankings should be taken out of the total draft rankings because they get added value just because they're quarterback. We look at these guys like we talk about them as first rounders when in fact they're the 100th most talented guy out there.
Oh, but everybody's so desperate
but they
to find
have
one.
to get them. So I think that when we rank the college guys coming out, there is the best available at every position but quarterback, and then there's the best quarterback available. And you rank them and look at them very differently. It's like finding a left-handed pitcher, that can throw smoke. You just look at them different. They're harder to come by, and we treat them different. And quarterbacks just get treated either fairly or unfairly way too nicely. I mean, we give them way too much credit because that infinitesimal possibility of greatness.
What's funny is a couple years ago, the 6th quarterback that got taken in the draft also went in round 5, and his name was Sam Howell. And he played at North Carolina. Sam Howell was there was a time when Sam Howell was looked at as like a can't-miss first-rounder. And he ended up going in round 5, and everybody was like, what a steal that they got this guy in round 5. And the Commanders put him in a couple games, and they said, no, doesn't work. We got to draft Jalen Daniels.
Yeah,
and I don't think they have any regrets about that.
And Sam Howell was probably the 200th best quarterback in the NFL draft, or player in the NFL draft, but you just overdraft those guys. So the idea that we talk about first-round value for quarterbacks, they get 2 rounds added to them just because of the potential. So,
2021, you know who the 6th quarterback taken was? He went in round 2.
Well, again, round 2 should have been an 8th-round pick, but okay.
Kyle Trask.
See? Kyle Trask.
Would anybody in hindsight draft Kyle Trask in round 2? God, no. What a mistake. So I think teams are maybe starting to figure that out.
Well, no, they haven't.
You're probably
it
right.
hasn't changed. It'll never change.
It won't.
Quarterbacks get overdrafted. They do.
You're right. All right, let's continue this draft conversation on the other side. I got to tell you about Carbach, and like I said, Carbach pouring at Fiesta. It was at the Oyster Bake. Oh, what a place! What a place! They had Ziegenbach, they had Love Street, they had Hopadillo. It was all over the damn place at Fiesta, and it just made my Fiesta a whole lot better. I can tell you that. Guys, they've got something for everybody's taste, and of course, it's all over San Antonio. They've made themselves a part of the culture here in San Antonio, and that includes now being poured at Fiesta. But it's also at all the bars and restaurants. Of course, you can get it at liquor stores and grocery stores, but most bars and restaurants in San Antonio now have some either Carbach on draft or they've got it in some kind of cans. So, guys, whatever you're searching for, you're looking for to upgrade your beer game, Carbach is the way to do it. They've got a bunch of great seasonals out right now, including the Imperial Hopadillo, which is a double IPA, twice the punch, twice the flavor of the original Hopadillo, which is already a power pack beer right there. So, guys, check them out online on their Instagram. See what they've got brewing up at the brewery, what beers they've got coming out, or just go out and see it for yourself. When you're out and about this week during Fiesta, go ahead and ask your volunteer to make it a Carbach.
DQ presents how to hit summer's sweet spot. The new DQ Summer Blizzard Treat menu is here. And as the official treat of MLB, we're swinging big with our fan-favorite S'mores Blizzard Treat. Plus, new mixing bowl mashup with brownie batter and chocolate chip cookie dough. And even more in our stacked summer lineup. Hurry in today because nothing says summer like baseball and our new Summer Blizzard Treat menu. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Cool. Oh, hi. Welcome to IKEA. How can I help? Isn't this the parking lot of my daughter's ballet class? It sure is, but I see you're on IKEA.com ordering some spring items.
Yeah, I'm hosting a barbecue this week. I completely forgot and need everything.
With delivery or pickup options, we've got what you need to conveniently order IKEA literally anywhere.
Convenient. Wait, where are you going?
The next car over just placed an IKEA order too. Busy morning.
You're amazing.
Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however you want. Order from IKEA online and get affordable delivery or choose from thousands of pickup locations.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
You dressed up for work.
Well, I knew we had some special guests.
Special?
Yeah, they're special,
Yeah.
both of them, right?
The people from Ken's said, hey, can we come do an interview with you? Vinny Bencetta, Jason Eggleston in studio with us.
Well, Vinny, thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate that.
See you guys.
I'm your first. I feel special.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Is this on?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, computer froze.
Oh, boo.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
What are you doing in there, Vic?
He's stoned. Probably.
No.
You're switching back and
I bet
forth.
he is.
Don't try to go to those websites.
Yeah.
We have
wasty pants.
I gotta restart it.
He says Danny Behannon says Danny Werfel won a Heisman, was a late 4th round pick. I told Rob during the break, I was like, how different is Shador from A.J. McCarron? Like, and A.J. McCarron won a championship, and I think he went in round 5-ish. Someone else asked about Quinn Ewers. How long before Quinn Ewers plays in Miami? I will say this. Quinn Ewers went in
for him.
round 7. If you were going to be a late-round quarterback in this draft, and you said, is there a path to me playing football? despite the fact I was a quarterback drafted in round 7, I would look at the depth chart in Miami. And first of all, the things that are a knock on Quinn Ewers, like the fact that he's not an elite athlete, he doesn't have a super arm, he doesn't have he's not very big. What he does have is he's got elite. He's elite at processing, and he does the little things right. That's what Mike McDaniel. That's what he is. That's what he covets.
That's a perfect place for him.
That's what Tua is. Yeah. Tua's not a great athlete. Doesn't have a huge arm.
There's two places you want to land if you're a late-round draft pick. It's San Francisco or Miami. First of all, Miami, because Mike McDonald was in San Francisco working for the guy who mastered this. That's the place to be. So
and Miami particularly, I mean, Tua's a trip and a fall away from being on, missing 6 weeks. The backup that's currently there is terrible. Zach Wilson.
He's terrible.
Who has, if you say who's going to have a better NFL career, Quinn Ewers or Zach Wilson, my lean right now is Quinn Ewers just because it's hard to imagine someone being worse than Zach Wilson's been so far.
Let's not kid ourselves. Quinn Ewers is not a starting NFL quarterback, but he's in the perfect place to be successful, and I guarantee you if Shador would have been there, he'd have danced to Miami.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so he ended up getting – I don't know if it'll take injuries for him to play, but it's about the best landing spot he could have had, quite frankly.
I want this to be over. This is such a – This is
you want which to be over.
This is Cowboy fan arguing about Trey Lance. Where you're like, what's the point of the argument? The dude's never going to see the field. We can talk about him every day, and the draft pick that was given up. We all know this guy was never going to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and guess what? He never did. But we talked about it way too much. It was a distraction. This is a distraction. He was drafted probably a little bit later for maybe one or two reasons, but he's right where he belonged, right in the middle of the draft, as he should have been, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where he should have gone. Now, the Cleveland added insult to injury. I won't deny that. I don't think when Cleveland jumped up, they were high-fiving each other that he was happy that Cleveland decided they wanted him now and were willing to make a pick or two. But, he did go.
Claymore, you're so defensive of this guy, and I don't know why. I said Shador and Quinn Ewers are pretty much the same guy. Shador went 2 rounds ahead of him because Shador is an elite processor. He is very accurate. He is very quick getting the ball out. He isn't huge. He doesn't have the strongest arm. They're very similar, and Shador went higher. So while you're saying it's hilarious, like I'm making a double standard here, you're the one making the double standard.
And then there is.
That's the thing. It's like it goes both ways.
Let's not take away the fact that we cannot deny that no matter how you slice it, Shador is an arrogant quarterback. That Shador requires a certain amount of limelight. He just requires it. It's in his DNA. It's how he was raised. And that's a separator. There are some coaches, there are some teams that no matter what, if a backup quarterback, like you said, he just ain't going to get that. Now, in Cleveland, I think maybe there's so much turmoil, they hope for that.
Yeah, but they're guys who Johnny Manziel's a great example. Johnny Manziel had that certain swagger. He had to have that with him.
And
when it got to the NFL, it was like, this is no good. We don't want
this. Where did he land? Where did he land? Oh, yeah. A place like Cleveland.
Yeah.
So at least maybe they feel like they've been there and done that and know how to handle it this time.
Yeah.
I just want this to go away. I'm done with this arguing. And for those that you're on his side, believe he was undervalued and underdrafted and should be angry, guess what? As Gruden said, it's a meritocracy, man. If he can win, he'll play.
That's the thing.
He'll
Any of these guys who got drafted, whether it was round 1 or round 7, there's round 1 guys who don't get on the field. There's round 7 guys who start every game. I mean, it is a meritocracy more than anything because that's how these guys survive.
But how'd you like to be the Cleveland room? That quarterback room's going to be weird, man.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be a weird
What
room.
a room, man.
Joe Flacco rolling in here eating his Metamucil.
I know.
You got Deshaun showing up with his massage table, limping around with a cane. You got little tiny Dylan Gabriel, all 5'1" of him, waddling in like a penguin.
I mean,
Shador showing up with all his drip. They're going to be a quarterback room for the ages.
And Ken Pickett with his tiny little baby doll
little
hands.
Little tiny kitty Pickett hands.
Oh, my God.
Cleveland is a God's gift to football. Thank you, Cleveland.
I mean, that means somebody's like, no, they're not going to care. Well, first of all, Deshaun's probably not going to be on the roster, period.
But
they're not going to carry 4 quarterbacks.
I would hope they would. Come on, it's Cleveland.
I don't know that they'll carry 3, Rob.
Come up with a triple wing T offense where we have 3 quarterbacks on the field at any given time. You don't know what's going to happen. You could go right, left.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how these guys work out. But Cleveland is a place where I'm excited to. I wish they could do Hard Knocks.
It is where quarterbacks go to die. I'll tell you what, man. There's not a lot of success coming out of that Cleveland quarterback room.
No. That's the thing. That is the other thing. You get drafted to Cleveland, you might as well forget it. Your career's in the tank.
It really feels like the NFL did have it out for them because not only will you not go in the first 5 rounds, you're going to Cleveland.
Going to Cleveland. Yeah. The thing about Cleveland, you might be good after you leave. So maybe the guy who gets cut first is going to have the most success. Ask Baker. He got out of there. You got a little success.
Talking about, yea, though I walked through the valley of death. You're about to walk through it. Baker came out the other side.
Yeah.
See if you can.
J-Rod says Shador's really overrated, but for Shuck to go before him was sus. Not really.
Yeah, that's a little sus.
Again, he's 6'5". He could throw the ball to the moon.
I happen to prefer brunettes.
Okay.
I know I have a good friend who loves blondes.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I like brunettes. So somebody like that, that's fine. Everybody got a type.
And this is the other thing about, and by the way, this is me, this is you, this is everyone on the Brigade Bar, this is Mel Kyper.
Haircut.
None of us are NFL scouts. None of us were in the rooms interviewing these guys. So it's easy for us to say, I can't believe they would pass on him, or he should have never dropped that far. All we know is what we saw on TV, okay? These guys are like the guys who are digging in. Those are the guys at the end of the day, they're the ones who are paid to make these decisions and will either be lauded or fired because of them. So it's one thing to say, I can't believe this happened, but we don't have all the information. We're not able to see the whole cards. You know what I mean? The guys who are making these decisions have a lot more information than what we have.
And their very livelihood relies on it. I mean, this is what they do. Now, some guys just ain't very good at it. And it's hard to evaluate talent on the foot. You know, it's hard. And so lots and lots of mistakes have been made. Brock Purdy was the last dude drafted.
B. Hannon says, is Joe Flacco their best QB? I think almost without question.
Yes. Yeah, as we said. That doesn't mean that Dylan Gabriel can't bring something different to this offense, but
that's with Deshaun being hurt. I think even Deshaun looks so bad when I've seen it.
It's a low bar, which, on that side of things, Shador does have a little bit more opportunity because the bar is pretty low, and he's dead even with Dylan Gabriel.
Compete, baby. That's if I'm Shador Sanders, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at Dylan Gabriel across the room saying, that's my competition. I got to beat him because I would bet right now one of those two guys isn't on the roster week 1.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of them's not on the roster before they even show up for camp. Man.
Yeah.
This is weird. It's a very weird situation.
So, but again, and the reason why teams have started to overdraft quarterbacks in general is because if you've got a cheap quarterback, everything else is easier. So people are more willing to take chances on quarterbacks, and that's you said why do they get drafted so high? Because it's a fight to get the lottery ticket.
Right. You got to scratch them before you get them. I mean, you got to get the lottery ticket. You got to go buy it. So they're going to always be overdrafted, probably by 3 rounds, it appears.
But if you find one that works, I mean, then you found gold. But when you draft one in round 4 and 5, you're basically saying we're throwing slop at the wall and hoping something sticks.
We all knew Dak was going to be a starter in the 4th round. We all knew it was coming.
But if you draft 2 quarterbacks in the late rounds and one of them gets cut by the end of preseason, no one bats an eye.
Well, I also live by if you're not drafting a quarterback every year, it's almost malpractice. I mean, you have to go, but in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, this is where you're supposed to go do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because there is gold to be found. It isn't a dumb pick, but as long as you don't overvalue the position, but understand the value that it brings.
Yep. All right. Let's take a break. Actually, before we take a break, let's give away the Christone Ingram Kingfish playing live May 14th, the Aztec Theater. You want to go hear the blues? Oh, the blues was a key part of the movie Sinners.
I hear the music.
Oh, so good, so good. The movie is very much like From Dusk Till Dawn. It's not like the most original concept of a movie, but it's a fun movie. It's very well done. I enjoyed it a lot. One of the best movies I've seen in theaters in a long time. So if you haven't seen Sinners and you like vampire movies, it's a worthwhile watch. But Christone Kingfish Ingram's going to be playing the Blues May 14th. That's a couple weeks from now at the Aztec Theater. Let's go with caller number 5. You want to go see some live blues music at the Aztec Theater. Caller number 5, Christone Kingfish Ingram. You'll be heading there with somebody. And
good
watch
nickname.
Yeah, it is a great nickname. We'll have 311 tickets as well later on in the show, and we'll have a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom later on as well. When we come back, we'll dig into the Cowboys draft. How did you feel about what the Cowboys walked away with? What did they not walk away with that you were expecting? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a trouble spot on 410 eastbound right as you approach McCullough. We're getting reports of an accident. We've got 2 right lanes blocked. It's right there in that construction zone. So stop and go from right around Fredericksburg Road. 410 eastbound, westbound, that connector to 281. That road work is still blocking the flyover ramps. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here with my good friends from Prize Picks. I'm just one of millions of members of Prize Picks that play daily fantasy sports every day, and things just keep getting better. How about 2,000x on your cash today? That's right, cash in on the basketball playoffs with Prize Picks. Don't miss your best chance to add your favorite players from the court on Prize Picks lineup. And whether it's points, rebounds, assists, and whatever else, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000x your cash today. Turn up your playoff hot takes into tickets on basketball and championship winnings every day. And there's stuff going on all week. Every Tuesday, Prize Picks will discount several projections on the board. They take up to 15 to 25% off savings and fun. And then there's Big Flex Friday. Those picks that don't win, you get your net losses back in promo funds up to your limit as soon as the lineup settles. Hey, there's money back. That's why I love Prize Picks. 2,000 times your money and some free ones. Download Prize Picks. Use the code Alamo for 50 free bucks. That's Prize Picks. Go run your game.
Your marriage is over. You know it. Your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton & Associates, an aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Oh, wow, honey, I love it. It's so beautiful and so sparkly.
Just like you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
I'll wear it every day. It goes with everything.
This Mother's Day, wow Mom with spirit-lifting, outfit-making, express your love jewelry. Shop jtv.com/mom for wow-worthy and budget-friendly styles.
I'm never taking it off.
Another wow factor? Sign up for JTV Text and get $30 off. If she loves jewelry, she'll love JTV.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. UMGC keeps your educational goals attainable with no-cost digital materials replacing textbooks in most courses, reduced tuition rates for eligible service members and their families, and scholarships for those who qualify. Get started here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey, Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we get to chat with the Dallas Cowboys' #1 draft pick.
Tyler Booker is scheduled to join us on The Blitz. And, of course, we'll have all the reaction from the entire Cowboys draft.
Plus, we'll have Ross Tucker join us at 3:35.
The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
AJ and Rob on a Monday morning. This is 94.1.
Anything for the Salinas.
Yeah.
Oi. Vamos a cursar.
Sí.
Todos.
Yes.
Yes, sir. All right. Morning Huddle 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. Apparently, wait a minute. Is this guy? Let me check something out here. Never mind. No, okay. I thought maybe I was onto something here.
You can expand a little bit.
No.
Never mind.
I was looking at the guy we just gave away tickets to the Kingfish show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if this guy is like related to that movie, because I clicked on his Instagram or his Wikipedia page, and he's born in Clarksdale, Mississippi, which when Sinners starts, it says Clarksdale, Mississippi, and it's like that's where the movie is set. And I was like, I wonder if this is like if he did some of the movie or some of the soundtrack or something, like if he was involved with the movie somehow.
Well, most of our listeners do things like this, so yeah.
But it doesn't appear that was the case. But again, I'm also not I'm not a blues historian, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong.
I had my blues stage.
You did have one?
Yeah, when I got into Stevie Ray, and then next thing you know, you're listening to Lightning Hopkins, and then you're down the rabbit hole.
And next thing you know, you're going to go see Kingfish. All right, the Dallas Cowboys draft. We were able to discuss Tyler Booker quite a bit. They did not draft Travion Henderson as I projected.
Well,
because
I think he was gone.
He was off the board.
Both
Otherwise,
those Ohio
he
State
certainly would have been the pick.
Well, Judkins, everybody was gone by that point. I mean,
Yeah.
there were still a few backs out there, and I'm happy with how they ended up with this. They got a kid that has some things that need to be fixed. There's a reason why he went when he did, but I've seen him play pretty well against some high-end competition. So,
But they took Donovan Ezaraku, the pass rusher out of Boston College.
Good film. I like.
Who was a guy we talked about on Friday, and guy had a good grade on him, and it seems like a good need pick. Shavon Revel from East Carolina.
I think you defined the whole draft. It seemed like just about every pick was a good need draft. I don't feel like they never acted like they were the smartest guy in the room. And that's what kills me about late round draft or any draft. When guys think, I got him 3 rounds earlier than I should have, but I got him because I see something nobody else saw. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Go with what everybody else saw. Go with the more sure thing most of the time.
They take 2 running backs, Jadon Blue out of Texas and Phil Moffa out of Clemson. I like a couple guys who played big-time college football, big program backs. Jadon Blue was, at one point, the -- running back recruit in the country.
If he didn't fumble, he
yeah.
been a starter all year. Solid back, obviously. There's a reason why he went that late. But the Cowboys have got a couple of dudes that look like, at the very least, they'll be exactly where they were last year.
I think that they've got, by drafting 2 running backs, you've got 2 guys who are going to be able to compete for running back snaps.
At the very least, they got an adequate fill. I don't think either one of those dudes is destined for greatness, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, behind the right line, you never know.
The quarterback draft was.
What they didn't get was a wide receiver. And everybody was saying wide receiver has to be the #1 priority. And so I know Cowboy fan was frustrated on day 1 when they didn't take a wide receiver. And I said, calm down. It's not the end of the world.
Well,
now you go through 7 rounds and you didn't take a wide receiver. That is a little.
Johnny Mingo better be running some routes. That's all I'm saying. Johnny Mingo must be turning out. I don't understand why it didn't happen. I kind of, if you go in a vacuum and you look at every round, you go, I get it. I get why they didn't draft a wide receiver now. I get why they didn't draft him now if the grade at the cornerback. Because there were a couple that went after that Eastern Kentucky cornerback.
Yeah.
That you felt like maybe this is the wide receiver round, but, I mean, they took him, and the next wide receiver went 4 or 5 picks after that, I think. So their book just did not have him graded highly. I don't know if I trust that or not, but I just keep thinking they feel like Mingo's their dude. If he's not, then they've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, Texans took Jalen Noel.
That's the one.
3 picks after the Cowboys picked in round 3. And then 10 picks after that, they took the Packers took Savion Williams, the wide receiver from TCU. So there was a little bit of a run. Ty Felton from Maryland went at the end of round 3, and then Shamari Dyke went at the first pick of round 4 from Florida. So there was a little bit of a run after that, but the fact that the Cowboys never took one was a little bit surprising to me. I thought that, I didn't. It wasn't like by the time even day 3 came around, I was like, that's a little surprising they haven't taken one. But if you had told me they were going to go the entirety of day 3 without drafting a receiver, I would have said, there's no way. They'll like, just to satisfy the masses, they'll throw a name out there, and like probably a name from a big school that someone's heard of, that at least the fans will go, oh yeah, I've heard of that guy. That makes me feel better. But they never did it. So it's a little strange, but clearly they either missed out on the ones that they wanted, or just they weren't in love with any of these guys. I'm not really sure.
I'm looking at their updated depth chart. And by the way, Booker is already penciled in as a starter.
Not surprising.
We have CeeDee Lamb at WR1, Jalen Tolbert at 2, with Mingo backing that position up, and Kevontae Turpin there at the slot.
Okay.
So they're thinking that Tolbert will still continue to progress there with Mingo backing up. But that room gets a little skinny, man. Backup wide receivers on this roster: Jonathan Mingo, Paris Campbell, Ryan Flournoy, Jalen Brooks, Jalen Moreno Cropper, Kelvin Harmon make up your wide receiver room. little thin.
There was a receiver who went undrafted, and he's not a huge name, but he was. If you were a college football nerd like I am, Nick Nash from San Jose State was like a Bolitnikoff finalist.
Yeah,
he was
at the
like
beginning of the season, he was
an absolute freak show, and went undrafted and got signed up by the Falcons. I kept thinking, oh, if he's still around late, I was surprised he didn't get. I don't know what made him fall. Like I can't believe he was not a day 2 pick, much less all the way to undrafted free agent. I don't really know why.
The other Texas kid. Well, that's off the field
Isaiah
stuff,
Bond. If Bond didn't have a pending sexual assault allegation, he's probably a second-round pick, if not a first-round pick.
And I know you can't touch those kids early, but that the fact that he was not drafted tells me that their
it's a bad
private
sign.
eye work
It's a bad sign.
is telling them that this guy could go down.
Yeah, it is a bad sign. So. There were receivers to be had, and the Cowboys decided none of these guys. Tez Johnson from Oregon, another pretty productive college wide receiver, went in round 7. They could have had him for nothing. So maybe the Cowboys are more confident than we are in the receivers that they've got. None of the guys that they've neither one of the Jalens stood out to me last year. Certainly Johnny Mingo didn't stand out to me, but you did give up a 4th-round pick for Johnny Mingo. You do have to, I guess you've got to do your best to get some kind of juice out of that because you've bought the orange. You got to squeeze the hell out of it.
We'll find out here in about 3 weeks.
But, man, that was a surprise to me that the Cowboys didn't touch a wide receiver. Both my sons texted me about the Cowboys, and neither one of my sons are Cowboys fans. But the big one texted me about Jaden Blue because Jaden's little brother played ball with my older son, and they zoned at the same high school, so they grew up together. And then my younger son, his workout buddy, he's got a little buddy that comes over to our house every day and lifts weights, and they work out together because he's from a family of NFL players. And, he's my son's age. He's 12, but he's a Samoan kid. So they grow exponentially between age 12 and 20.
Big people. They are indeed big people.
Yes. And so he's Holden's best friend, and they're trying to get swole together. They're trying to get strong.
Right.
Well, his cousin got drafted by the Cowboys in round 7. This guy Jay Toya, who's the defensive tackle from UCLA, the big man from UCLA, got drafted. So Holden was like, Paulie's cousin got drafted by the Cowboys. Do you think you're going to meet him at training camp? I'm like, well, we'll see. Probably
will.
That's probably a name we could put in, and they would come sit him down with us.
That's a name we can guarantee will be sitting next to us early in the morning.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But yeah, both my sons had a little Cowboy connection this weekend as the draft went on. Were there any picks that for the Cowboys that you were like, this is exciting? I feel like this gave you the tingle in your plumes that you were hoping for.
What's the cornerback kid from Eastern Kentucky?
East Carolina, Siobhan Revell.
That was, I think, and we heard Jerry talk about it after the draft. This was kind of shot across Diggs' bow. Like, dude, we need health. We paid you big money a couple years ago, and that availability part of your ability has not been there. So I do think that was a portent of things that could lead to Diggs being released and opening some money up for whatever giant contract Jerry wants to apply, probably Micah next year if that's where we go to, because I do think they've come to a decision point for Trayvon at the end of this year. Was that contract given too quickly? Has he been unable to live up to it? And will they eat this money if cornerback plays out this year? So that to me was the most intriguing part of it, because of where he was drafted and because they were wide receivers, and it felt like this was their last chance to grab a wide receiver of merit. Not maybe there might be higher quality guys later, but ones that had the merit to go in that round. So to me, that was the one pick I went, pivot point here. They're drafting for long-term and maybe replacing some salary that might not have been earned over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I like the player. What I was surprised at is he missed a good chunk of last season with an ACL. And my thought was, the Cowboys, it shocked me that they took a guy who's already got
to replace a hurt guy,
injury concerns. And
it was high. It was a high draft pick.
Yeah,
and that was
it felt even higher because they didn't have a 4th round pick.
So we knew that no wide receivers of, like I keep saying, merit. There are high quality guys that went later. I'm not saying that, but the guys that I'd heard of were still there, and they chose to go another direction. So that's either absolute belief in their young Jalen's or Mingo, or they're genuinely, Jerry and Will McClay are genuinely concerned that Trayvon Diggs might be a problem coming up in the next 2 years when you add the equation of value per dollar spent and plays on the field. It might be one of those guys that they're putting on the maybe we get rid of pile at the end of next year.
It wouldn't shock me at all. But, yeah, it did. I thought it was interesting that the guy that they took, and again, I like the player, but the fact that he was already has already been dealing with an injury is not ideal, and not what I expected.
And 2 running backs, and they pick up 2 free agents, and then they draft 2 running backs. That's 4 running backs in this room. Not all these guys are going to survive.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another interesting watch.
Yeah, you mentioned Isaiah Bond. He's still unsigned as of now. I can't believe that somebody hasn't just.
I'm telling you, their private investigators must say this does not look good.
But giving him hey, you get here's $10,000. You're with us now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if he does, you do give that money, and then in a month he's indicted.
Oh, sorry, man, you're gone. There goes our $10,000.
Yeah, I get it, but
a guy had a 1st round grade on him. I might take the risk. Is all I'm saying.
Well, what about
just
Shador?
In case it's a punt god situation?
He's good enough. There's no question.
So, all right, halfway there on a Monday. Let's make the second half even better, baby. We'll talk some NBA playoffs on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places that I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
I'm at a smoothie bar, asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Worried about your battery and the heat? We get it. You don't want to get stranded somewhere with a car that feels like an oven. We've got you covered at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Our free battery testing and charging service can help. And if you need a battery, we'll help you find a new one, no problem. Power through with free battery testing and charging at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to get ready for the summer season with the Quarter Moon AC $58.99 preseason special. It's a real home run. You'll have your AC ready before the summer heat hits. We'll inspect your AC's indoor and outdoor coils, filters, temperature levels, and make sure you're ready for the summer heat, all just for $58.99. So when your AC is warming up, Quarter Moon comes in like a heavy hitter.
Hey, batter, I'm gonna give it some heat.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are still working this accident at Highway 90 eastbound just past Loop 410. It's causing a solid 30-minute delay as you stop and go from 211. On 410 eastbound as you approach McCullough, we've got some road work. It's blocking the right lane. And on 35 southbound Olympia Parkway on down to 1604, road work right lane causing a little bit of a delay. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The NBA playoffs continued yesterday as the Minnesota Timberwolves took Game 4, 116-113 to take a 3-1 lead. Anthony Edwards and the Wolves pushed the Lakers to the brink of elimination. The New York Knicks took another thriller in Detroit, also a 3-1 lead over the Pistons. Jalen Brunson had 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists in the 94-93 victory. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8:02 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, the Morning Huddle. I was just looking at Mel Kyper's final grades for every team.
Did Cleveland get an A?
No.
Oh,
they got an A. They got an A+.
There we go. A+.
They were the only A+, by the way. I mean, he is going to die on this hill. He might be.
Haircut.
How old is Mel Kyper?
He's been doing the draft as long as there's been a draft.
Let's see. He is 64. He may be realizing that if maybe that his time at the top is over.
The problem is he's taking it personal. Like, I mean, he was mad, like legitimately mad.
Very strange.
Just how dare those idiots? Like, dude, it's a mock draft. Chill. Chill.
He says he was my number 5 overall prospect in the class, clear QB1, brings excellent accuracy, completing 74% of his throws, brings toughness in the pocket. I think will be an outstanding pro QB, and I believe we will look back on this pick in a few years and question what the rest of the NFL was doing.
Yes! I can hear those words underneath as we watch highlights of Shador working. The sun is setting. It's in the rain.
The problem is the last time he stumped this hard for a guy was Jimmy Clausen.
Yes, and you're like, okay.
It's like, well, Jimmy Clausen sucked. But, yeah, not ideal. But he gave the Dallas Cowboys a B.
And you know what? I agree wholeheartedly. That's a solid, and Cowboy fan, be happy with that.
It says Cowboys coming off a disappointing and injury-plagued season could have gone in several directions at number 12. Could have targeted defensive line where they lost key depth with DeMarcus Lawrence and Chauncey Golston departing. Could have picked a guard to replace future Hall of Famer Zach Martin, who retired in February. Could have taken a tackle to create competition for Guyton and Steele. Or they could have done the flashy thing and taken a playmaker to help the offense. And he said, I thought Omarion Hampton might be an option. I thought Matthew Golden or Tet McMillan would have been an option. So what'd they do? They went unflashy. He says, I like Booker as a player. He's my number 1 ranked guard. I just don't love the value at 12. He said, I did like what the Cowboys did on day 2. He likes Donovan Ezeruku. Mm-hmm. He likes Siobhan Ravel, both who could have landed in the first round if everything broke right. They have potential to be early starters for a defense undergoing a ton of turnover. Ezeruku could help fans forget about Lawrence, whose time with the team ended unceremoniously.
Well, we've kind of forgotten about Elo there for the last couple of years.
On day 3, the Cowboys finally snagged a running back, but I had others rated over Jaden Blue. Damian Martinez, Devin Neal, and DJ Giddens were all higher in my ratings, and Dallas traded up for Blue, which ate into its capital. Drafted another back, Phil Maffa, to add to the depth chart. I like the competition, though. Jay Toya is a big run-stopping nose tackle who can plug holes on defense. Overall, this is a solid, if unspectacular, haul. Solid and unspectacular.
Thank you.
That's what you're looking for, baby.
So I like solid but unspectacular.
Solid, unspectacular. All right, now we're talking. Who needs spectacular? Who needs that?
We'll make that when they play. You know, I played fantasy football for, I'm up on near 30 years now. And in every instance, if I was happy with my draft, if I thought I'd gotten over, I was wrong.
Yeah.
It's the drafts without question where I walked
almost
away.
Everybody feels good.
Wow, my team sucks. I should have done this. I should have done that. It's those years I'm in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I like boring. Boring means you went with the norm. You went with the tide, and 32 other scouts went and looked and said, I agree with you on this pick. I like that.
What I don't like about Mel is he's so nice to everybody. The two lowest grades he gave were C's. Not even a C minus.
Well,
just, I don't know.
Well, who are they? I'm not very good at grading because, quite frankly, I don't know Eastern Carolina's cornerback. You can show me highlight film. I go, yeah, but you can show me lowlights, and I can ask you, why the hell was this guy even drafted? So you tell me he's good. 32 other scouts that are getting paid to do this, and the preponderance say they like him too. I'm in.
The Falcons got a C, and remember they traded. Remember they took an edge rusher at 15, and then traded next year's first rounder to get the 26th pick, which that's an odd move to take another pass rusher. That if you're going to knock them for that, that's enough. But they only had 5 picks in the whole draft. But giving up next year's number 1 for the 26th in this year's draft,
I think they're expecting to recoup that somehow.
Well, good luck.
Can you imagine knowing you're going to be bad next year and giving up your number 1?
Yeah. And then the other C was the Cincinnati Bengals. I know why. They took an Aggie in round 1.
And that's why?
That's all it says. Yeah, it took an Aggie in round 1. Worst possible grade.
Yeah, well. Did they get the right Shamar? Because sometimes you make a mistake and draft the wrong Shamar.
No, Shamar. It says Shamar Stewart has all the explosiveness and power you'd want in an edge rusher. And the ceiling's very high. The Bengals don't have much opposite Hendrickson. He ranked Stewart 27th overall. And then they went need hunting in day 2. It was sort of a ho-hum draft for the Bengals overall, which is why I gave them a C.
Need hunting.
Need hunting means they didn't do anything sexy or fun.
Seriously, they got fault. So
what's funny
you're
is
mad at them for going and drafting the players that they needed.
What if the Bengals, with their 5th round pick, would have taken Shador Sanders A+.
It would have been.
A guy who he would have
Oh.
just sat his whole career behind Joe Burrow and never seen the light of day, but he would have said, that's brilliant.
We could have had Jordan Love. We could have had that situation where
yes.
Burrow wakes up upset. You drafted my replacement?
Joe Burrow would have been shaking in his boots.
Terrified of the greatness.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Have you seen Shador's deep ball? No? Oh, well, neither have we.
I'd like to see the trash talk. Well, seriously, the trash talk between Cam and Shador that you showed earlier. I'd like to see the trash
I love it.
Joe and Shador.
Yeah, Cam Ward and Shador Sanders are not friends. They are not friends. Cam Ward was giving him hell about never throwing the ball downfield, and Shador tried to bump chest to chest with him. And,
yeah, there was a little standoff like that.
No, Cam Ward's a Southeast Texas boy. He ain't afraid of some.
You're walking out the field with one practice of getting
Yeah,
water?
you need water. He said, I'm not getting water. I'm getting Gatorade, the stuff they pay me for. He said, I get paid for football, Bubba. So, little rivalry of two guys we'll probably never see play each other on the field.
No,
but
probably not.
You know,
maybe they'll podcast
their
together.
teams play each other this season, but
Well, one will be holding a clipboard, and one will be on his back.
one might be holding a clipboard. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He might be.
Well, he might be in the CFL. I don't know.
Are you saying that we could have a Brahma?
Well, imagine if we did.
Possible Shador Brahma.
No, he would play for the Arlington Renegades, probably. Yeah. Is that what they're called? I think that's right.
I think so.
The Arlington
Renegades.
Renegades.
We got Kellen Mond. We're all right.
Exactly. We're set, baby.
Did we win this weekend?
I have no idea. I don't know what. You had time to see that? Come on, Rob. This is the NFL draft week, and there are playoffs going on, hockey playoffs going on. I went to Fiesta. I didn't see the UFL. I didn't know they even play. You know, the only thing I saw from the UFL was Puka Nakua's brother slapped a fan in the face. And I'm guessing he's
out of happiness or just,
no. The guy was talking smack to him, and Puka's brother reached up and smacked the dude.
Oh.
And then his teammate pointed at the dude and laughed at him while Puka's brother. That's the other thing. I don't even know Puka's brother's name. I think it might be Marshall Nakua.
It's not Hua?
No, not Duka. Duka Nakua.
Hula? Yeah. Hula Nakua? We lost, by the way, to the Houston Roughnecks. 27-3.
3 points?
In our home, well, we managed 3 points in our home opener. We're down a coach. It's not easy.
What's the record for San Antonio?
We're 0-4, I believe.
Oh no. Do you know how many 0-4 teams have come back to make the playoffs?
In the UFL, none. But
none.
Maybe in
0
other leagues.
ever. It doesn't happen in the UFL. That's great. Season's over. Bar the arena. Shut it down.
I think, you know what? It's their quarterback play.
Yeah. Chris Graham talking about and B. Hannon talking about the prank call to Shador.
Did you hear whose father this
yes.
kid? His father's a scouting dude for. Is it
no,
Tampa?
His father's the DC for the Falcons.
DC, that's right, for the Falcons. It was hilarious though, man.
I mean,
I'd jump my son. I'd jump him.
I
would. I'd jump. Oh, he'd.
You know who did it?
But behind the scenes, I'd laugh.
You know who the DC is? The Jeff Ulbrich, the guy with the beard, the interim coach for the
beard
Jets
of all time. Yes. No,
yeah.
My son is hilarious, but I'd have to jump it. You'd be paying the price.
I mean,
that was brutal, man. That was brutal.
Maybe don't leave Shador Sanders' phone number lying around.
There's all that.
And he got another phone.
I mean, he got a burner.
Yeah, he did. He got a burner.
I mean, it's classic, and he will go down in the annals of one of the great pranks of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm going to tan your ass, though. I'm going to wear you out. You're going to pay for it. Yeah, in 10 years, we're going to laugh about it. But right now, you understand, I'm going to have to punish you for this.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to pay a price. It's a well-earned price, and you will go down in the annals of one of the great prank calls of all time. But I'm going to have to take something from you.
I mean, what's the big deal? It's a prank. Everybody's acting like they want him. They want him to be beheaded in the streets.
Fact that you stole the number from me.
They posted the prank on TikTok.
Yeah.
I had saw the whole thing.
Dude, blur your face, because now no one trusts me. It's hilarious. I love it. I'm gonna have to whoop you. You're gonna have to pay a price.
Shador needed that.
We're gonna high five in 5 years, but right now.
Yeah.
This is the biggest problem, and this is why this kid is so dumb. He's so dumb. He could have gotten away with this whole thing, but he had to video it.
Yeah, or maybe just blur your face.
Yeah.
Just whatever. But
wear a mask.
To see them sitting like Beavis and Butthead in front of the phone, like, like, dude, I'm gonna have to wear you out.
Is this Shador? This is like, the coach. We're gonna pick you.
We're gonna pick you.
yeah. We're gonna like put you on the team.
Son, come here. Son, I'm gonna need you to come here and bring your phone. No, bring the burner too.
Man.
I don't have audio on that computer, but this was it right here. This was it.
The dude in the hoodie. The dude in the hoodie knows we're gonna burn for this, brother.
Oh yeah.
The dude in the hoodie knows we're both gonna burn for this, brother. You know this. Make this worth it. Make this worth it because I'm going to see he's leaving the room now. Like, no, I'm burning for this one.
He's doing it.
An Alabama fan called Isaiah Bond during the draft. Remember, Isaiah Bond transferred from Alabama to Texas. He also pretended to be the Falcons and claimed they were drafting him. So,
I think everybody needs burners now, right?
I think what I would do is I'm going to call you on a landline.
There you go.
If anything comes over your cell phone, trust me, it ain't me.
Oh, man. That was classic.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the best.
I mean, there's people who are like so angry about this too. Like Clarence Hill's like, he's wanting people fired. It's like,
I'm serious. Like, it's a world class prank, and in 5 years we're gonna laugh about it, son. But right now,
so nobody got fired yet, right?
I mean, there's no reason to fire.
I
him.
know, but you know how people are.
But but he went and took got his number off your phone, man. We're gonna lose. I mean.
Well, the best thing is that he got a burner.
And then, at least he had the foresight to go get a burner.
Everybody's in line.
And then they're like, consequences are needed.
Yeah.
We need heavy discipline. Yeah. Like,
it's a prank call.
I mean,
Grow up.
I get don't let the phone number get out, but all right.
It's only thing that needs to happen is this kid needs to have his phone taken away and a little bit of, maybe picking up some trash on the side of the road. You're going to pay You're going to pay a price.
We should have prank called.
We're going to laugh about it later. No, this is not a sad day. This is a funny day. But you're going to have to pay a little bit of a price.
Bart Simpson, basically.
Yeah.
Still, I love it when the dude, hello, and his partner in crime gets up and leaves the room like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he did it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Is this Shador?
Yeah. Is that how you pronounce your name?
It's people saying the Falcons should lose a draft pick for this.
Oh,
Give me a
come
break.
on. They should get one.
They should.
They should. You have a number one pick.
You've earned a
year.
compensatory pick?
Yeah.
For the greatest prank of the 2025 draft?
Oh, my gosh. He should be.
And they select.
Jeff Ulbrich has proven himself to be at best negligent and someone who can't be trusted with sensitive information. He should be fired immediately.
Oh, yeah. See, that top secret info that the Falcons are handling.
I mean.
No, didn't the son get it off an iPad or something?
Yeah, I'm sure he would. Yeah, I'm sure his kid, he had it laying around. I'm mad at the boy, and I'm mad at him for letting it out there, but fired? Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, this is I don't know, go to bed with no alcohol.
Well, there has to be a public bit of, I would have you out on the side of the road doing something.
Yeah, some kind of community service.
We're going to laugh about it later.
Yeah. I don't know.
You did what? What? That was you?
Yeah, I mean, you're in trouble, but I mean,
yeah.
You ain't in that much trouble.
He'll get praise for some people.
Well, we've all disciplined our kids, then walked into another room and laughed.
Well,
we've all like, man, that was pretty good.
Well, there's been times that your wife nudges you, like, don't
egg him
smile.
On. Don't act like this is acceptable.
What he did was just really dumb.
It's
Do
funny.
Not laugh at it.
It's funny behind the scenes. We can laugh about it.
Laugh.
Right now,
I'll laugh.
There's a price to be paid.
I'll lose it.
Mm-hmm. So you did what, huh? Is this your door?
Man, I wish I was in that room.
Yeah. My kid, there's been times where my kid did things on a baseball field that were funny, but maybe considered not the most sporting thing. And my wife was like,
"Are you laughing, telling him not to do it?"
In my mind, I would.
Well, when they do it, and your wife goes, "That's because of you."
Yeah, and then my wife would be like, "Do not let him get away with that. Do not let him think that's okay."
Oh, okay.
And normally,
yeah. I had a few of those.
Oh, yeah, you pay the price. We laugh about it later. You just know that this was probably the more inappropriate thing to do.
I did have a few of those.
But no one lost their life.
No
one was. All Shador did was hang up. I mean, at the end of the day, nothing was lost.
The feeling he felt,
but
priceless.
That whole room got quiet. Shh, it's the phone. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's Jerry.
Is this Shador? Is your refrigerator running?
I would have.
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
No, AJ, you should have called him imitating Jerry Jones. That would have been.
What was that back in the early '90s? Crank Yankers.
Yeah. And what was the other one? The Jerky Boys.
The Jerky Boys. So
hello.
We've had
it's Soul. Oh my God.
We used to have a whole TV show about this. Nobody needs to be fired. Maybe he should have to shave his beard. That perfect beard.
Something like that. There you go.
You have to eliminate perfection for about 6 months. Get that G.I. Joe beard sewn back on later on.
I'm looking for IP. IP Freely. Is IP Freely in there?
IP Freely. Is Michael Hunt there?
I'm looking for Al. Alcoholic. You got to call Alcoholic.
Is this Shador?
Mike Roch. Are you here?
Got him. See, we used to make TV shows. Nobody needs to get fired.
No.
Nobody needs to get fired.
It's all good fun, man.
I'm looking for Amanda. Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Get it?
Ivana Tinkle.
What's the one with big nuts? How do you walk? What was the answer to that? Do you have something? Well, how do you walk?
Is Maya in? Maya Butt Reeks?
See, that. See, at least these guys were in high school.
How old was the son? Was he in college?
21.
21.
What are you going to do?
Is this Michael Hunt?
I'm looking for Haywood. Looking for Haywood. Haywood, you cuddle me? Hey, would you cuddle me? No.
He's not here.
Oh.
Fire him.
Tough, man.
Should have had a better joke. That's why you fire him.
Looking for Ahmed?
You had a better chance.
Ahmed, a duty?
Do we have
Ahmed a duty?
Do we have
Ahmed a duty?
Do we have the actual conversation?
Yeah, you can hear the call.
I mean, do we have it? I know that.
Oh, do we have it
didn't have
queued
it
up? We don't have it in the hotkeys?
Can we cue the conversation up to see at what point the Shador camp realized things were not as they thought?
Yeah, let me see here.
Hey, who is this?
Hold on. Let me look here. Where did it go? I just had it.
So the greatest practical joke of that guy's life. I hope he gets some kind of money out of this.
Oh, I mean,
there's got to be something, right? If you're going to be punished the way he is.
Hopefully he's got a...
So, is he still in high school, or is he
he's a 21-year-old kid
21.
at Ole Miss, 21-year-old man at Ole Miss.
That's a little childish.
A little childish.
I'm
a 44-year-old man laughing at it.
I'm still down.
I ain't no better.
I kind of assumed he was in high school and was like living in the house.
No.
I didn't know he was like a college kid that was just home for the weekend and saw Shador on his dad's phone.
Yeah. And stole it off his iPad.
Oh, is it off the pad?
Yeah, apparently. That's what Jeff Albrecht
said. So he
said.
took the pad to play some Minecraft and then popped up with Shador's number on there?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right, let's hit a break. We'll see if we can get that audio on the other side. But I meant to get into NBA playoffs. We will do that. It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Guys over 40, tired of feeling tired? Testosterone therapy by Synergenics is the answer. This April, the consultation is free. Treatment covered by most major insurance. Don't wait for online meds. Walk into their clinic, see a provider, feel great today. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here with my good friends from Prize Picks. I'm just one of millions of members of Prize Picks that play daily fantasy sports every day, and things just keep getting better. How about 2,000x on your cash today? That's right, cash in on the basketball playoffs with Prize Picks. Don't miss your best chance to add your favorite players from the court on Prize Picks lineup. And whether it's points, rebounds, assists, and whatever else, take your pick more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000x your cash today. Turn up your playoff hot takes into tickets on basketball and championship winnings every day. And there's stuff going on all week. Every Tuesday, Prize Picks will discount several projections on the board. They take up to 15 to 25% off savings and fun. And then there's Big Flex Friday. Those picks that don't win, you get your net losses back in promo funds up to your limit as soon as the lineup settles. Hey, there's money back. That's why I love Prize Picks. 2,000 times your money and some free ones. Download Prize Picks. Use the code Alamo for 50 free bucks. That's Prize Picks. Go run your game.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we get to chat with the Dallas Cowboys' #1 draft pick.
Tyler Booker is scheduled to join us on The Blitz, and of course we'll have all the reaction from the entire Cowboys draft.
Plus we'll have Ross Tucker join us at 3:35.
The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Besa, 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 besa. Ay! God, nothing gets me going.
Makes you want a beer, right?
Yeah. Makes me want.
I want a Coke Zero.
18 of them. All right, Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. The NBA playoffs in full swing, baby, full swing. And
we're winding down first round.
It feels kind of that way.
Just about. We got some, last gasp, don't eliminate me at home games, but I think we can project.
2 games. Well, then let's project. 2 games tonight. Cleveland is at Miami for Game 4. Cleveland up 3-0. Hasn't been. I mean, this has been maybe the least competitive series of all of them.
Hasn't even been close. This one's done.
They just don't seem like there's much fight in them.
Yeah, and the matchup's terrible. I
it
mean,
really
they're
is.
just huge dudes against short dudes,
and they are targeting Tyler Hero.
Yeah, he's a victim.
That's assault, brother.
No.
And then the Rockets are at the Warriors in. I still think is one of the more intriguing series. I don't have a great feel for what's going to go on.
Series. We've had 2 good series.
I think we've had 3. Clippers, Nugs.
That's one.
Pistons, Knicks.
Okay.
Come on. I mean,
3-1. It would be if Detroit hadn't been inept in one game and kind of, I guess, the foul made it interesting. But the fact is, they're losing to a flawed team at home. I mean, it's showing me that Detroit, as good a season as they've had, were probably benefiting from a very weak Eastern Conference, and probably got a little bit more than they deserve. But, they're doing what they should be doing. They're competitive in the games, and we're going to see a very good team next year.
But Rockets-Warriors is certainly one of the more intriguing.
Yeah, the Rockets and the Clips series. Those are the 2 series that I find very, very interesting. And the Timberwolves series, while it feels lopsided, has also been pretty interesting, if not well played.
Well, I mean, it feels kind of like the Pistons-Knicks series.
Yeah. Well, there have been great performances in both of those, but there hadn't been either one of the 4 teams we're talking about. None of them have had a great game.
We can forget about the Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are dead. It put them in the ground.
What an offseason they're headed.
We're about to hear. I don't know how long we're going to hear. It's going to take for us to hear the grumbling from Giannis, but the grumbling is coming. He's going to ask his way out is almost a lock at this point. But now Dame Lillard with a torn Achilles is what it looks like.
Do we have any word yet?
I don't think it's official, but that's what the projection is. That's what the thought is, that it is a torn Achilles, which would mean obviously not only done for this season, but done for most of next season.
You don't leak that unless you're pretty sure.
Yeah. We mentioned the Pistons Knicks. The series goes back to New York. Knicks have a 3-1 lead. It's going to be hard for them to lose this series now, but every game has been intriguing. Yeah. Magic, we expected they'd steal one. They did. Gentleman's sweep, I would guess, is going to happen tomorrow in Boston. Boston's like a 13-point favorite tomorrow, so I would guess that's the end of the road. But
take a miracle.
And then that Clippers-Nuggets series it's the best series. I think a lot of us thought it was going to be the best series. The odds said it was going to be the best series. It's been the best series so far.
Rudy T, what was that? Never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
And Denver, they're champs. In their blood, they know they're champs. They know that they're capable of it. And any given game, I mean, it took a miracle and a weird one, an alley-oop dunk to close a game off with a clock incident. I've never seen that before. So pretty cool. I'm not sure about I'm not quite as high on the Clippers as I was 3 days ago. They're still I think they're the better team in this, even though Denver beat them.
There is a real possibility that, and we were saying before the playoffs, I know I thought this, I think you did too. I would have been shocked if anyone other than the Timberwolves, other than the Thunder, won the Western Conference.
I'm still there. I know the Clippers are playing good.
But think about this. The 2 seed in the West is Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They're down in their series. The 3 seed in the West is the Lakers. They're down 3-1 in their series.
Yeah.
The 4 seed is the Nuggets, who are, I mean, they could easily, lose. So the Thunder, in a year where we were already saying it would be tough for anybody in the West to beat them.
I follow your reason.
The 2, 3, and 4 seeds might be out in round 1.
And I ordinarily, in most years, you go, wow, that's amazing. But keep in mind that between second and fourth, we're separation of a game and a half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're really all the same team.
2 through 7, we're all pretty bunched up.
I think if you made the Western Conference playoffs, everybody believed they had a shot. We're in the East.
Except for Memphis.
Well, except for Memphis. But in the East, 3 teams did, and the rest were like, hey, we're just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I will go that there's probably a lesser opportunity than for Oklahoma City, but what they've done is just, it's mind-boggling. We just haven't had a chance to see much of it because the games have been over or we had the ridiculous comeback.
They might have a cakewalk to the finals.
Oh, it just feels like things are they're doing things that championship teams do. And right now, if I'm projecting the 2 teams that are doing championship things, it's Oklahoma City and Cleveland. Those are the 2 teams that look like champions.
Yep. I still, Boston, it's hard to count them out.
I agree. And like Denver, these are champions. But if you're asking me what teams.
Yeah, we don't say that about Milwaukee.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We might have 2 years ago, but not anymore.
Uh-huh.
There's just the imminence that you just feel those teams just look like they're just better than everybody else at doing what they want to do well.
Do you still feel like there's any of that magic left on Golden State or the Lakers?
The Lakers, let's talk about the potential for the Lakers' success from this point forward. When you played your starting 5, J.J. Redick, all 24 minutes of the second half, you didn't substitute once. You acted like this was your JV AAU team who showed up with 5 dudes and a ball boy. That's what you played a game like. And you're going to expect LeBron just to bounce back, just to jump right up, and Luka's fat ass to jump right up and be ready after that? That was crazy. If you're going to do that, you better freaking win, is what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is Bronny should have gotten some run.
At this point, I think you could have, and everybody would have applauded you. At about 12, 15 minutes into the fourth quarter, and you hadn't subbed yet, and you look down and put Bronny in, your team would have applauded you. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me. I get what you're saying. It sucks for those players, but it never felt like the Lakers were in a position where they could have rested it. Like, they felt like they needed to have their best guys out there to have a chance, and they were right.
You were absolutely they were right. But have you ever? I've never
seen it
in my life. Maybe in the 60s you could do that. Maybe in the 70s you could do that. Game 4 of the NBA playoffs in 2025 probably isn't the best opportunity to take your 5 Iron Men, one of which is 43 and playing his 100th NBA season, as Kendrick Perkins said.
And one of which is Dorian Finney-Smith, who's just not very good at basketball. They still played him that whole time.
If I'm on the bench, like, hey, coach, you need me to show up tomorrow? You need me? Can I just wear my warm-ups? Because I'm not going to wear my shorts. I probably am not getting in because you didn't need me last night. You're never going to need me.
It was 55-55 in the second half. I mean, they were as even as could be in the second half. Still not enough to get the job done. And, when the Timberwolves have Naz Reid and DiVincenzo and the guys like that coming off the bench, that's an advantage, man. It really is. We even saw a Terrence Shannon sighting late.
It's a little bit offense there.
He's going to be so good one
He's
day.
a bucket.
I'm telling you, he's going to be good.
Well, when the Spurs signed Naz Reid in the offseason. I'm telling you, he's making some money in my eye. I love the way Reid has been playing. Dude. Only thing is, Rudy Gobert is such a tool, they might not be able to get rid of him.
They can't lose him, yeah. Rudy Gobert is going around elbowing LeBron in his bald spot.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Yeah. That was great.
Gobert don't care.
No,
he don't care. One lick. He hoped he had some COVID on his elbow.
Yeah.
He hoped he had rubbed some COVID all over himself.
Claymore says Fat Luka dropped 38. Okay, Rob Nico.
Hey, Fat Luka, no. His fat ass, I'm not saying he's not good, but let's be real. He stood very still. He took that shot to the jaw about 4 minutes to go, and I'm not even sure he could see the basket, and then he hit the jumper from the top of the key from about 30 feet. Dude, there's like 2 people in the world that could have done that.
Well, even Fat Luca is the best player on the floor.
So Fat Luca played 24. I bet he's never done that before. I bet he hadn't played 24 consecutive minutes of a basketball game
without a
since
cigarette
he was
break?
in Europe. Yeah, without a cig break and a slice
break.
of pizza. He has not played that many minutes in a row in years.
You know what the difference is? Like the difference for the Timberwolves has been that Anthony Edwards figured it out. Remember the first couple games when he stunk and we're like, oh, if he's not balling, they don't have a chance. Well, yesterday he just balled.
They said there's no center. Anthony, if you're not finishing half your possessions, if you dribble twice, that second dribble better be with the yellow underneath your feet. And guess what? 40 points later, or 30 plus. There we go.
To the free throw line, which he did. 14 of 17 from the free throw line. Yeah. Attack the basket. The Timberwolves had 33 free throw attempts, 26 points on 33 attempts at the free throw line.
It's feeling imminent for the Timberwolves. It just
kind of does.
I mean, that's a desperate act by a desperate team.
It was. In the the Lakers have they have 3 NBA starters and just even when you've got 2 of the 10 best in the world.
And to their credit,
when your fourth guy is Rui Hachimura,
who wasn't bad yesterday.
No,
to his credit, he wasn't bad. There just
but you
isn't
can't
enough.
count on that forever.
Right. There's just not enough there.
You can't count on that to win 4 out of 7 multiple times. It just doesn't work. I don't know. It does feel like the Lakers are just kind of toast. All right, let's hit a break. We'll wrap up the third hour. This show is flying by. We're going to give away 311 tickets on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a new trouble spot on Loop 410 eastbound, the off-ramp to airport. We've got an accident. Right shoulder of that exit ramp is blocked. On 410 eastbound, as you approach McCullough, that is roadwork right lane. About 8-10 minute delay slow from Bandera Road. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
If you've been waiting and waiting to get your eyes taken care of, tired of wearing those glasses, tired of wearing those contacts, what are you waiting for? Now is the time to get it done. At Manrique Custom Vision Center, Dr. Manrique prides himself in getting you out of those glasses or contacts with his blade and pain-free LASIK, which is totally safe and comfortable. It will give you the best possible vision, and you can throw out the glasses and contacts. They've got over 25 years of experience, and they've done over 72,000 laser vision corrections. They offer financing to all with up to 36 months interest-free. Give them a call today to set it up. 210-354-2020. Come and see the Manrique difference for yourself. Every patient benefits from a customized vision plan that they bring to life with state-of-the-art technology, a variety of options to help make your treatment an investment you can afford and the right people. Change your vision, change your life today. It's Manrique, 210-354-2020.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, you'll find everything from online to hybrid courses and lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. Apply now and save with no application fee through May 30th. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
At the people become fucking track, put some wood in my tongue. A dream of you. Have you ever made out in a dark hallway? Have you, Vic?
No. Yeah.
I have. Congratulations. Congratulations to caller number 3. Caller number 3 is down to go see 311. May 9th. 713 Music Hall in Houston. That's the thing. You got to go to Houston to see these. I want tickets to this show. I want to go to this show.
I get the sense that
I don't think I'm busy May 9th. Let me check my calendar.
So if I dial 311, what do I get? Like animal control? Is that what I get? What if I dialed like 311 on my phone right now? Who would I get?
I don't know. What's the 311?
Information.
Is it just information? That's 411.
Oh,
so
no.
Information is
311 is a city service.
So city service.
Yeah.
So if I dial 311, they'd come and pick up a dead animal in front of my house.
Yeah, dead animal.
A
or
gas leak. About a gas leak or a pothole.
Yeah, or you forgot your trash.
And so that's the number you call. All right.
Yeah. I've done it a few times.
I think it's been called on me.
Yeah. Oh, but really?
Never. But the water cops,
I might go to that show in Houston.
You won't be alone.
Well, no, there'll be other people there.
It'll be sold out. I bet it'll be a full show.
I bet
There's
it will.
a lot of fans. Not my genre. There's about 5 years of music in there that wasn't mine, and that's one of them.
It's probably because you don't partake in the devil's lettuce, Rob.
No, I don't.
It's not a cover band to where they're going to turn into
another one. Rob likes the NXS cover band, but he doesn't like 311.
I like one guy to be like a human DJ. Just play all the music and change wigs.
No, 311 will change into Limp Bizkit.
Well, that's what they do. That's the same band.
Yeah. No, 311's way too chill to turn into Limp Bizkit. I went the first time I saw 311. I was in the Army, and I was like, "Oh, I am for sure gonna get a piss test after this concert." And I didn't smoke at all, but I got so baked just being in that building.
Got hot boxed.
In Nashville. It was like
that's enough.
Oh my! The whole arena was just a giant cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, what a show!
I was driving boats on the river, which drives right by the Aztec, and Snoop did a show, and I swear smoke was coming out of the vents, like the whole building was.
Is it on fire? No, it's not on fire.
Bong.
There we go, baby. There we go.
Nice.
Redbird's Junkie. What up, AJ? I met him at the Oyster Bake. Redbird's
awesome.
Junkie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I met a couple listeners out there. It was very nice.
And if you do
guys.
see us, we might be holding medals. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yes. All right, so caller 3 is going to go see 311 in Houston on May 9th, and will probably see me there. not partaking in the devil's lettuce.
Oh no!
Then how are you going to enjoy the show?
I'm just gonna
hot box contact
I'm gonna,
high.
Yeah, contact high.
Do it on the way to the concert.
Well, no, that's illegal. You can't do stuff like that.
Yes, you can.
No, it's illegal.
If you're not driving.
Well,
No, I think it's still illegal.
As long as it's some
in
sort
the
of-
great state of Texas, Vic, we don't do drugs here.
It's only
It
illegal
leads
if
to
you
dancing.
get caught.
Greg Abbott doesn't like us doing drugs.
It's only illegal.
That's
if
right.
You get caught.
It's not a foul unless it's called.
Unless it's called.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
Right.
And it's only illegal if you get caught.
Yeah. I was my first sergeant hated me. I think his name was First Sergeant Seacrest, and I think he hated me more than any person could hate any other person. And I hated him equally in return.
Okay.
But he was the big boss, and I couldn't really do anything about it. But he was my nemesis the entire time I was in the military.
Okay.
Pick better enemies.
First Sergeant Seacrest. I really do hope he's died of AIDS by now. I don't know if people still die of AIDS, but if they do, I hope he went to a third world country, caught it, and died of it. Yeah. But
in defense of our country, thank you for your service.
Yes, yes. I hope he was, fighting in Rwanda.
I hope it was a valiant.
When a rabid monkey ate him like a like a vampire. But he was so convinced he was going to catch me smoking weed because he was like he would call me a pothead all the time, and like he
was he calling you Cheech and Chong?
Every random urinalysis somehow my name got drawn.
Wow.
But guess what? Never caught. Never lost.
Told you.
Never lost.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
Convicted? Never convicted.
Undefeated against piss tests in the Army, Bubba.
Often accused. Never convicted.
That's
So
right.
what'd you,
That's right, Sergeant Seacrest. I had my ways. There were ways that you didn't even think, like I didn't even know if it was going to work, but it always worked.
Kids, it's illegal. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Now this had
morning talk radio.
When I did
that's
this,
no life for anyone.
When I did this, it was back before we shipped out to Nam, so I had to calm my nerves. Charlie was going to be waiting in the jungle for me. I didn't want to go out there, straight.
Yeah, got to be messed up, man.
That's right, man. To see the things I saw in the Nam, you had to be baked. You had to be.
Most of the guys talk like that are.
That's right. And Claymore says, shout out to First Sergeant Seacrest. No. I hate him. I still hate him to this day. I hate him. And there was a platoon.
He's now Secretary of Defense.
He might be. I was in 5th platoon. The 4th platoon sergeant was named Sergeant Lloyd. And I was in charge of the dog. So our unit was called the Nasty Dogs, and we had a mascot. It was just this ragged-ass dog named Nasty. And she lived with me. And so when we would go on company runs, I would run up in the front next to the guidon with our dog. So I was the dog handler. And when she had a choke collar, like a training collar.
Right. The harness.
And which, by the way, this is the training collar that the dog trainer from the post gave to me and taught me to work. I was I was trained to handle this dog.
Right.
And one time it was acting a fool during when the company commander was talking, so I yanked on its collar and it sat down and acted right.
Good.
I'm up there standing next to the captain. I'm not trying to get in trouble for that. So after the formation's over, Sergeant Lloyd comes up. Sergeant Lloyd was a drunkard and would often be passed out on the couch, overnight
In the
before
day room?
formation. Yeah.
Typical.
Oh, he was such a scumbag. And Sergeant Lloyd put me in push-up position, and he took the dog leash, put it around my neck, and yanked and said, "How do you like it?" And I jumped up, and I was like, "I'm gonna fight you." I don't play that. And he said, "If you ever want to take these jackets off," I said, "I beg you to take these jackets off." And of course, then my platoon sergeant, who was friends with him, said, "No, nobody's taking jackets off."
We don't
to this day, Sergeant Lloyd, if you're out there and you want to take jackets off, I will gladly whoop your drunk
30
ass.
years later.
30 years.
So that was the other. So neither one of them. Or was it the same guy that did it both times?
No.
So both platoon sergeants.
No, my platoon sergeant would
Was
never
cool?
have done that to me.
Okay.
He was cool. Yeah, Sergeant Reyes, my roommate.
Yeah, the company commanders at the Navy, they were pretty intense and pretty mean, and I got yelled at. I got tons of nicknames. But once boot camp was over, they were the nicest gentlemen.
Well,
it's so weird.
Well, this is one time in basic when I was late for brunch.
Oh, God.
And, man, there was hell to pay.
The eggs were cold.
The eggs were already cold.
The souffle was gone.
They forced me to drink flat champagne. I mean, it was awful.
I was going to say, the wine is gone,
It
right?
was awful. Late for brunch on Sundays.
This is how cool.
Terrible.
This is how cool my platoon sergeant was. My roommate was banging his daughter. He found out and was happy.
What?
And then I was like, oh, so I banged his niece.
And
just bang everybody.
Because we were all hanging out together and they started banging and I was like, no way am I falling into this trap.
You're not left out.
No, I was like, this ain't gonna happen. But then after I found out there was no trouble, I was like, oh yeah, we can hook up then. That's cool. Let's live that life.
Sure, that worked out well.
It's a different time, everybody.
Yeah, that was pre-NAM. Pre-NAM.
Yeah.
Pre-NAM. Since then, I've lost both my legs.
I was going to say.
Gonorrhea is a terrible thing.
Terrible, terrible thing. All right. We got 1 hour to go.
Bang the commander's niece. Sounds like a movie.
No, it wasn't the
Night
commander.
putting.
It was just my platoon sergeant.
Night putting.
It was an NCO. I would never bang an officer's daughter.
Insignificant.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Made in America. Highest quality. That's Connecticut quality water softeners. There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is a wise investment for your home.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it.
It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
ConnecticutSA.com.
It's playoff time in basketball, and to make games more exciting, make sure you download the Underdog app, one of the leading sports apps out there. And Underdog just became one of the best places to make picks during the playoffs with their extender promo. With the extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start a playoff series by using your Game 1 boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one, whether your entry wins or loses. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. So download the Underdog app, sign up with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a new trouble spot on Loop 410 eastbound, the off-ramp to Airport. We've got an accident. Right shoulder of that exit ramp is blocked. On 410 eastbound, as you approach McCullough, that is roadwork right lane. About 8-10 minute delay slow from Bandera Road. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The NBA playoffs continued yesterday as the Minnesota Timberwolves took Game 4, 116-113 to take a 3-1 lead. Anthony Edwards and the Wolves pushed the Lakers to the brink of elimination. The New York Knicks took another thriller in Detroit, also a 3-1 lead over the Pistons. Jalen Brunson had 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists in the 94-93 victory. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:02 on the Morning Huddle. Welcome in. Who do we get? Who's our winner for the 311 show? Who am I going to get baked with?
Hold on, let me look it up here.
All right.
Let's see. Stand by. It is. Who do we got? Edwin didn't assign a winner yet.
Oh, Edwin, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Whatever, Edwin.
Oh, hold on. Here it is. Keith Best.
Keith Best?
Yeah, Keith Best.
Let's party, Keith. Let's party. You bring the green.
Literally. Bring it.
I'll bring the brown.
How long do you have to be a... We're going to talk about this.
I don't even know what that means. That could mean a lot of things, I guess.
That's some bad stuff. Yeah.
No, but it could also mean like...
Oh, yeah.
When we do news... We're going to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
What are the prereqs? Like 25 years?
20 years from your first album release.
20 years from your first record.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, here it is.
Or is it 25?
25.
Okay, 25
years after your first commercial recording to be nominated.
Okay.
And we'll tell you who's in just a couple of minutes.
We will. We'll talk about that in the next segment when we usually talk about what's going on in the world outside of sports. But I did want to take a look at this 2026 mock draft. It's time, Rob.
Oh, we're due. We're due.
We are here.
I'm declaring, by the way.
Yeah, we are
I'm
now
go ahead and jump the gun. I'm declaring.
300. I declared for the NBA draft once.
I've declared for all of them.
I went undrafted, but my name was in the hat. Like if someone had taken me, I would have been. There used to be a time where you could just go through a certain process and your name would be in the pool.
Well, I recall way back when there were like 10 rounds to the NBA draft, where they always draft regional dudes just to get them into camp for a day or two.
I mean, the last time I played competitive basketball was 7th grade.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't go earlier.
But
I think it was your attitude in the interview process.
That's what it was. Entitlement.
Yeah, you just acted entitled.
I think it was because I was white. They didn't want to take a chance on me.
Well, it's because you weren't any good.
Okay.
And you didn't make high school team.
You don't. I didn't try out for my high school team, Rob.
They'd have come found you if you were good.
I didn't try out.
Let's see that you didn't. You shouldn't.
I didn't. Maybe I didn't want to play anymore.
Well,
maybe I
that's
lost
it.
the love for the game.
Well,
or maybe I wasn't that good.
And here you sit.
God, man. Number 1 pick in the draft next year. As we sit here, the countdown is down to 361 days, 22 hours, and 14 minutes. We will have the new NFL draft. It says here the number 1 pick, someone who has thrown 95 passes in the last 2 years, Arch Manning.
Well, anybody who thinks he's staying in school, you're crazy. If you think he's not going to just play 1 year and wants to hang around for 2 years because he loves the college experience, no. He's coming out next year.
I beg to differ.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
I think he will.
Hey, he's coming out. Are you crazy?
I think he'll stick around.
What would be the possible? What possible could there be? You either win it all and leave a champ or lose and get out because they're mad at you. There ain't no second act. He's already had his first. Oh, dude, he's
hasn't even had a real chance.
He gets a year. That's what he gets.
No,
he gets a year.
He'll play too.
You believe out of the goodness of it, if he comes back, it was because next year was an abject failure.
No.
If he has the year I expect him to have, he's coming out. It's like when there was the debate, well, Cooper might stay in college. No.
Matt Leinart stayed in college.
Uh-huh. And?
His draft stock went down a little.
Well, yeah, that's the like I said, if he stays, it's because next year was terrible or he was hurt. If he just has the year, an average year, he coming. His whole life has been about with the number 1 overall pick. That his whole life has been predicated on at some point, son. The Cleveland Browns.
I gotta be
on
honest.
The clock, and you'll go join.
I gotta be honest. I gotta see this guy. Like,
oh no,
everyone is convinced.
I agree with that. But I think we've seen enough to know the expectations are legit.
He's got some nice tools, but God,
if he is not in the draft, something terrible has happened.
I mean, if this guy's name was Archibald Phillips,
you're right.
No one would be talking about this.
You're right, but it ain't. And if Shador's name wasn't Sanders, we'd go, oh, look, the Colorado quarterback just went in 6th overall. Well, that's pretty cool. Colorado hadn't had a quarterback do anything like that since, I don't know,
Joel
Cornell. Joel Klatt. So judging by circumstance, you go, oh, that was pretty good because of his last name. No, it wasn't.
Well, number 1 would be to the Saints, which would be fitting.
Well, again, if the Saints had the number 1 overall, shoot.
Number 2, the Cleveland Browns. Now, I don't understand why they would do this. It says Drew Aller, quarterback, Penn State, but they just drafted Shador Sanders. Why would they need another quarterback?
Well, even Dylan Gabriel.
And Dylan Gabriel. Like, I don't get it.
They're going to trade them all.
Trade them. Hey, fail fast, man.
Before the deadline.
Fail fast.
Third pick. There's no way this could happen. It says Anthony Hill, linebacker, Texas, number 3 to the Giants. A linebacker ain't going in the top 3. That ain't going to happen. That would blow my mind.
I don't know enough about Hill. I know he had a hell of a.
All you need to know is linebacker.
Well, I mean, Bill Carter,
not edge rusher, linebacker.
Well, then there it goes. The label. I don't know what they'll have him, but he's an impact player.
He's like a in space type of line. Like I just you don't take guys like that there. Number 4, Caleb Banks, defensive tackle from Florida to the Jets.
Is that giant dude?
400-pound
dude?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. No, it says he's a taller prospect that throws his weight around. Doesn't have his lists here. Let's see. Who else is noteworthy?
So we're talking about sophomores this year.
Yeah. Six pick Lenora Sellers, quarterback, South Carolina.
I like him.
To the Raiders.
He ripped the Aggies a good one. Let me tell you, if you just go off personal experience, the guy can play.
He gave it to you. Garrett Nussmeier, 12th to the Rams, the LSU quarterback.
I think he's got some skill.
Oh, here's one.
I think Brian Kelly's going to ruin him, though.
Well, maybe. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State, number 14 to the Dallas Cowboys.
Still not the best wide receiver on that team.
This would shock me. Number 16, Nico Iamaleava, quarterback, UCLA. Something tells me that if they think Shador's a pain in the ass, they ain't going to like this dude.
Seriously, man.
They ain't going to like this
guy
dude.
Learned a super valuable lesson.
Beat it, kid. You're out. 22, Harold Perkins, linebacker, LSU. He's all over the place. I don't know what position he'll even play in the NFL, but he is a freak. C.J. Baxter from Texas. Not a lot of people haven't thought of him lately because he was hurt last year, but was a super highly touted guy.
Evidently in spring training, this dude lighting it up.
Another Texas kid, 27 to the Rams, Malik Muhammad, the cornerback. Got their whole secondary is just.
Oh, and look at the classes they brought in since Sark got there. There better be 8 or 9 dudes in every talk.
But it says this is. Oh God, I would be so disgusted if this were the case. It says picking 30th the Bills.
That's a good sign.
No, it means that they lost in the AFC Championship again. But this time, at least, it says 31 Baltimore and 32 Eagles. So the Chiefs would pick ahead of the Bills.
Until they traded away.
Well, the Bills usually let them trade up. Yeah, that's typical. But yeah, Arch Manning, your early favorite to be number 1.
If he doesn't, Texas fan, if he is not in the draft, it ain't a successful year.
Here's what I'll say. Everybody said, if Arch Manning doesn't play, he's going to transfer. No, he didn't. Then now they're saying he's going to play 1 year and go. I don't know. I don't know what his priorities are. All I know is he don't need money. And I'll also say this. Quinn Ewers passed up $8 million to play college football this coming season and is now going to make $4 million over the next 4 years instead.
Well,
instead of $8 million for one.
But he would have delayed the second contract.
Great at math. Yeah, but second contract, ass. His UFL contract.
First of all, we have no proof that
Canadian
there was
a contract. Doubloons. They're going to pay him in
we
doubloons.
We have no proof somebody offered him $8 million. I mean, I think that's in the wind.
It was pretty widely reported.
No one has stepped forward and said it was us.
Okay.
No one has stepped forward, and we saw the market crash. Now, certainly he's better than Lamalieva, but I don't believe that. I do believe he gave up more money than he's going to get paid. I won't argue that, but. When we're talking Arch Manning, this is much like yours. From the moment they could play, they were better than everybody else, and they have been focused on the day they know 2026 April. They already have the day circled. They know and have known for 5 years. This is the day we're aiming at because while it's maybe delayed money, it is right on time as far as graduation and gratification. This is what the plan was. We are going pro. And you delay it by a year, you blow a knee, you never get it. You delay it by a year, you get poked in the eye, you never get it. You delay it by a year, you have a terrible year, suddenly you're Shador drafted in the 8th. You got to go when it's opportune.
Okay.
And that's a good thing. If, like I said, if he doesn't go Texas fan, you've had a lousy year, or you did it without him because he was hurt.
The only thing that would give me pause on that is Peyton played 4 years, certainly didn't have to.
The world's different. No, you're right.
Eli played 4 years, certainly didn't have to. But they did.
I'm standing by it. If he's back at Texas, you got something terrible's happened.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe you're right. But
I mean, if he wins a title, you think he comes back? No. And if he doesn't win a title, what would force him to come back was an unfulfilled promise.
Yeah.
Something terrible has happened.
I mean, not winning a title wouldn't mean it's something terrible happened.
Well, you cannot win a title by not even winning your conference or getting to the playoffs. I mean,
now, if that happened,
or you could have a humiliating last game where you throw 3 or 4 picks and everybody goes, "Whoa, nope, not time."
If Texas doesn't make the playoff, is Arch Manning still a slam dunk number 1 pick?
Yes. Well, if the yeah. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
Cam Ward.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
This guy was born for it. Everybody's waiting on it. Teams are tanking for it. He's coming.
You can make some excuses for Cam Ward. Cam Ward, look how many other guys from Miami got drafted. Texas is loaded with talent. If somehow you don't make the playoff with this roster, I got to question the quarterback.
I think you're making a great point if you're trying to get him to stay. But there's a big world out there, and that doesn't involve homework and things that grown men don't want to have to put up with, living in dorms. I mean, there's a big world out there. He's been a pro since he was an Evangeline Christian.
Claymore says you're the same AJ who told us Cooper Flagg and Paige Beckers will stay in school. I never had any idea. I think Paige Beckers didn't have an option, did she?
No, she's finally done, I think.
Yeah, I don't think
she probably could have stayed for a fifth. But
all I said was I read a report that she didn't want to go to Dallas. And just because she's in Dallas doesn't mean she wants to be there, Claymore. I got news for you.
And we're not there yet, but I do think that we'll get to the point where it is a viable possibility.
And I never said Cooper Flagg was coming back. I said it wouldn't shock me if he decided I don't want to play for the Wizards.
That was in the win, too, and we hear there were $8 million offered to Cooper to stay at Duke. No one has said that there was that kind of money there. I just don't believe that, except for very rare situations like Flagg and Manning, that the money might add up. But Ewers, $8 million? I don't believe it. I don't believe that there was a school out there willing to pay $8 million to Quinn Ewers to play quarterback. 4, I'm in. I get it. But 8, we're talking about money that's at the upper echelon of any of the head coaches. We're talking Saban money at this point for a year. I don't believe it. So I think there might be enough money at some point if we don't fix this system where somebody goes, well, I can't pass this up. But I don't think we've gotten there yet.
I mean, Arch Manning is going to make 6.6 in NIL this year. He made 6.6 last year, didn't even play a game.
It's ridiculous. And again, I mean, if it's about the college experience that we keep talking about he might want, he's already gotten it. And he got it without a lot of pressure. He got to go out on Friday nights because he knew he wasn't going to play on Saturday. I mean, I think he's had his college experience.
And no, Claymore, I'm not going to die on that hill because I don't really care. But all I did was read you a report, and you took it very personally because you love Dallas, even though Dallas is a giant hole. And if Paige Beckers had ever been to Dallas before she got drafted there, she wouldn't want to be there either. I promise. All right, let's hit a break. We'll come back.
Wow.
I mean, it's just a fact.
Just blew the whole city up.
The whole worst. It's the worst place in Texas. Everyone knows that.
We all love Grand Prairie, though. Lovely little town. Lovely little Midlothian, lovely place.
Love it. I might rather live in Lubbock than Dallas. I got to think about it.
No, having been there, no, you don't.
I'd have to think about it.
No, you don't.
What about El Paso?
El Paso, now we're talking.
Órale,
Juarez right there.
Hey, there you go. Corpus Christi or Dallas? Where would you rather live?
Corpus got a beach, yeah. Although I
might pick Corpus Christi.
No, Corpus Christi because you could fish anytime.
Yeah, but you'd have to have a pet rat. Like, do you want that?
I don't care as long as I fish.
Oh, well, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
You have to buy a Jeep, though.
But I'll say this. If I were Paige Beckers, I'd rather live in Corpus Christi than live in Dallas. I'll tell you that now. Dallas. Who wants to live in Dallas?
Not even Claymore lives in Dallas.
No, Claymore doesn't want to live there either. Claymore, you want to live in San Antonio. It's way better here, Bubba.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Dallas. Luka didn't want to live in Dallas. He's like, give me to L.A. Get me the hell out of here.
Yeah, secretly. leave.
Kyrie faked an injury, so he didn't have to play up there anymore. Get me out of here. All right, we'll be back. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is not the best week to be on a diet. If you're in a weight loss program, the week of Fiesta is not the easiest time to get through. You should get a special dispensation. Sadly, the calories, they do count. And if you're in some kind of deprived diet program that's keeping you off all the fun stuff forever, this week is going to be just about impossible. That's why I'm so glad I'm not. I've been with Dr. Torres in the Institute for Functional Health now for 8 years. And I've lost a fair amount of weight, over 50 pounds. It varies 65, 70, depending on the week. I continue to lose weight. I continue to head down. And in weeks like this, I know that I can enjoy, I can imbibe and have the fun I deserve while not going too crazy. All things in moderation, right? If you're in a situation where doctors are telling you to lose weight, you don't like the way you look or feel, I want you to call Dr. Torres, because the way he has been so successful is the way it should be, the kind of lifestyle changes that you can live with for the rest of your life, that won't involve daily shots, that don't involve pills that you got to take and being all the things that you got to be when those kind of systems that you're taking with. You don't have to do that. You just got to learn how to treat your body and things to eat and when to eat. Let Dr. Torres take care of the physical side. He'll help you with the mental side, and before you know it, you're on a program where you're losing weight and you're staying on the program. That's what we all need. Call him today and let him explain to you why and how it works so well. The number's 210-468-1891. You'll lose weight. There is no doubt about it, and it comes off fast to start, and it's a process. So if you're ready to lose weight, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, call the Institute for Functional Health. Go to their website, IFF Health, if you got any questions. But call Dr. Torres today. Let him explain to you, change your life, and come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, this road work on Loop 410 eastbound approaching McCullough, still there, right lane, has you a bit slow from Honeysuckle. On 410 eastbound westbound, that connector to 281, road work has the right lane closed. We do have a stall at 35 northbound 410 blocking the median. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Join us for San Antonio's premier Fiesta event, Taste of the Northside, presented by HEB, Thursday, May 1st at 6. Experience gourmet food and wine tastings, sip on elevated spirits and cold brews, and enjoy live entertainment at our new location, The Rock at La Cantera. All proceeds benefit Brighton Center, serving children with disabilities and developmental delays in San Antonio. Limited all-inclusive tickets are $300 in advance and can be purchased at tasteofthenorthside.org. Viva Fiesta!
Being arrested isn't just a setback. It's a nightmare that can destroy your life and reputation. At Barton & Associates, we're here to make sure your one bad night doesn't turn into a lifetime of regret. Contact Barton & Associates today at texasarrest.com. That's texasarrest.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Out here, you'll find a community of hardworking creators with loyal followers, along with proud moments worth sharing. And farm to table, well, that's just supper. And whether it's a raised garden bed, acres of land, or something for your animals, we've got all the supplies and are happy to share a little know-how.
Welcome to Tractor Supply. Into life out here.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
You're locked on The Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime! Heard his first Beatles song. Love Me Do, I think it was. From there it didn't take him long. Got himself a guitar. Used to play it every night. Now he's in a rock and roll outfit, and everything's all right. Don't you know?
Profit. They're in, baby.
Johnny told his mama, hey, mama, I'm going away. Gonna hit the big time. I'm gonna be a big star someday. Oh, yeah.
They got in.
What's that? What's wrong, Vic?
What's going on?
Oh, you changed the camera? You can't point the camera at me? Oh, no. Don't you know? You put the spotlight on me here. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know?
So we just lost everybody on the brigade bar, right?
What? Don't you know?
There's a song behind this. It actually sounds pretty good, guys. We're sorry.
What?
It's like when you hear
love you
when you hear the
long,
Paul McCartney outtakes
as long as you are
with the wings, and then they highlight Yoko Ono's voice.
Oh yeah,
this is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Johnny made a record.
See, there's real
went
music
straight
going
up
on
to
behind us.
number one.
It's a 9-minute song.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Suddenly everybody loved it.
Now we're losing just the
Hear him and
listeners.
his song. What
They
a
got into the
song,
Hall of Fame.
man. Bad Company. Great band.
Yeah.
Underrated band.
Not anymore.
Good. They
are
made
as-
the big time at
they're
last.
as rated high as anybody ever.
Don't you
Bad
know?
country. Bad.
Don't. The sad part is Johnny's about to die soon. Johnny died one night, died in his bed, bottle of whiskey, sleeping tablets by his head.
So was he a jukebox hero, or was that somebody else?
That's a different band.
Oh,
Yeah.
Johnny just went another way.
Bad Company, though, like you were saying, they only have 2 songs, but they Bad Company has a bunch of big hits.
Okay,
they have a
3.
few.
No.
The, Rock and Roll Fantasy,
There's
Feel
that
Like
one.
Making Love, Can't Get Enough.
Bad Company.
Those are big songs, man. They're
Moving
all
On.
big hits.
That's about all I remember.
I mean, how many
Rock and Roll Fantasy, I remember.
how many
that
big
one.
hits should a band have?
Well, okay, I'm looking.
Like,
at
I'm not
records.
saying they're Zeppelin or the Beatles, but I'm just saying they got a lot of. They're nowhere close to a one-hit
more
wonder.
than a handful.
No, I didn't say that. But I was trying of their hits. I was like, how many records did they produce to have the hits? And it looks like
I think they're-
Straight Shooter was a huge record.
So-
Desolation Angels looks like a huge record.
So
I'll give them some credit.
their greatest hits album is called 10 from 6. So I think they have 6 albums that they made like their greatest hits out of. So
Shooting Star, Feel Like Making Love, Bad Company, Rock and Roll Fantasy. There's my 4. You got me. And that's worthy. They're in the Hall of Fame.
moving on.
That's a good song.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you know what? I bet if you, I have.
I'm ready
in
for
my
love.
music, I don't have genres. I have one playlist. And
That's annoying to
I have
me.
like 900 songs on
You got to
one
have
playlist.
something. You got to have one for every mood, right?
Well, I mean, you can kind of dig into it after that, but I do have some Bad Company, and I believe I have 3 of those 4. I don't think I have Rock and Roll Fantasy, but I know I have Shooting Star, Feel Like Making Love, and Bad Company.
See, Gilbert wanted me to sing all the way to the next break. He
Gilbert,
just-
are you a sadist?
He like some people enjoy
Gilbert's
good
deaf.
music.
Yeah, and Gilbert's not one of them.
When I think about
did
you,
this. See this song.
I think about
This
love. Oh, harmonize with me. Come on, Vic. God. Darling, can't live without you.
You're going to play any
And your love.
Chubby Checker?
They're not as good. Had
So Chubby finally got
those
in.
golden dreams.
Is Chubby still alive?
No.
Nah.
Cyndi Lauper's in. But Billy
I
Idol is
would
not.
I'd wrap you in the heavens, Rob.
This feels like a
Feel
veteran.
it dying all the way. No, it feels
The
like
Veterans
what?
Committee in.
Feel like making love.
So this is from 1975.
Yeah.
Feel like making love.
I was 4.
So, but doesn't this feel like this was the
Feel
Veterans
like
Committee?
making- What? How dare you?
Because Cyndi Lauper
Feel
just
like
got in
making
for music from the 80s.
Sometimes it takes a while, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the 25 years is the bare minimum. We're about 50 for Bad Company. I'm glad they're in, but I'm sure there's a lot of people going, it's about time. Oasis didn't get in this time.
Oasis didn't get in. Soundgarden got in. I love Soundgarden, as you know.
And Oasis a little bit short term. I saw that New Order and Information and Joy Division didn't get in, which that's kind of my era. They should have.
Did
probably
Depeche
gotten
Mode
in.
get in?
Oh, they're in.
Yeah,
They got in a couple
they're
years
in.
ago.
All right.
Joy Division, this seminal band, turned into New Order. Not in yet. Probably not enough widespread acclaim. But I like this group. It's diverse. The White Stripes are in. I didn't know they were old enough.
Dude, the White Stripes, I always say
25 years.
I feel like I guess they get along still, even though they're divorced. They didn't. I mean, their marriage lasted a much shorter time than the band lasted. But what I love about the White Stripes is when Meg White, like, when you hear drums on a White Stripes song, there's no question who the band is. Like, you hear those and it's like some band is like, oh, you hear guitar and you go, oh, that's Rage Against the Machine. I know that guitar. It's rare with drums. Like, you can't tell. But
the Greats, though. The Greats, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I always felt like if they'd have just had a singer that could sing.
The White Stripes?
Yeah. I'm not saying that Jack was not great. It was certainly distinctive.
Seven Nation Army couldn't hold him back.
It's certain. I'm serious. But it's distinctive. But he's limited in the songs they could do.
I mean, so is Nirvana.
No, you're right.
I mean, they made it as big as you can be.
Well, look what it got him. Well, where it got hurt.
Yeah, it got his head blown off.
I know. He didn't get it, but he did it. But I always felt like the musicality was extraordinary. I just didn't like the lyrics or the sound of the lyrics.
You don't like his voice, is what you're saying.
I just don't like his voice.
You want me to sing it instead and see if it's better?
See, that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's not gonna help.
getting drunk on a wagon to Mexico.
So this is 25 years old.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very old. Feeling very old.
And still gets played at big shows, man, like at big arenas. Outkast made it.
They have tons of
as
hits.
the greatest hip hoppers. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah,
the respect Outkast.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that it's finally getting national because phenomenal.
I always like Rosa Parks.
That's a good song. Yep. God, they have some good ones, man.
What's his name?
Andre 3000.
That's Andre 3000. I get him and Will I Am. I get the names all.
One of my Cyndi Lauper, underrated.
Yeah, she's all right.
What do you mean she's all right?
She's good. Yeah, she's all right. Yeah, she's certainly a Hall of Fame.
Like, girls just want to have fun, whatever. I like True Colors, but my favorite Cyndi Lauper song, Time After Time.
Sure.
Oh, it makes me so emotional.
Sure.
It's a beautiful song.
She was kind of at her time when she came out. Remember, Madonna was huge, and then there was Cyndi Lauper, who had a little bit more musicality, but wasn't quite as hot.
Right. But then, you know, when you watch these documentaries about pro wrestling, they credit Cyndi Lauper getting involved with pro wrestling as like the start of WrestleMania and when wrestling really got big.
Her video with Lou Albano as her dad. Girls just want to have fun.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick, and I think of you.
This was my senior year in high school.
Okay.
When Cyndi Lauper got big, and now she's going into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
I'm getting old.
Flashback.
Like at least Bad Company. I was a kid. They should be in the Hall of Fame. I was a child.
Left behind.
At least Oasis didn't get in.
Suitcase of memories. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far behind.
I was kind of looking forward to this.
What do you mean? Vic, you want to sing this one with me?
Who else?
You said go slow. I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. Fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time.
I gotta put auto-tune in here.
Lost, you can look, you will find me.
Wow.
Time after time.
This is for those few that are left. For those few that haven't hit the button.
I'll be waiting.
This will be over soon.
Time after time. Time after time.
If you want to see the induction, it'll be in November. November the 8th.
I do want to see it.
Yeah.
What Soundgarden song should we sing, Vic?
We're headed toward break.
No, we got plenty of time. The clock is. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm in charge.
Let's see. What do I think would be a Black Hole Sun? Black Hole Sun is probably their biggest hit. A song about absolutely nothing. I think they've admitted that it doesn't mean anything, but it just sounded cool. We got Soundgarden on our stuff. Joe says do Busta Rhymes next. Busta Rhymes has to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then maybe I will. Benny says, guys, I'm trying to work. I don't know what he's trying to say by that. I mean, keep working. But,
so am I, for that matter.
Is NXS in the Hall of Fame?
I believe they're already.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Even they suck,
you know what?
though.
Actually,
a lot of
they
sucky
might
bands
not
are in the
be.
Hall.
Actually,
I think they are.
You think they had enough? I don't recall.
Crank it up here, Vic.
Wait, thanks for listening.
Oh, by the way, you talk about a voice. This is a singer right here, Bubba. Hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my disgrace. Boiling heat, summer stench. Neath the black, the sky looks dead. Call my name through the cream, and I hear you scream again.
Warren Zevon's going in.
Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Sing along, Rob.
Oh, no. As you can tell, I
stuttering.
I don't even go to karaoke clubs where they can actually sing.
Still the warm wind,
He'll win, Vic.
friend.
This is all you.
AJ will win.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Honest men sometimes far too long.
Most
for
of the time,
snakes.
I blame the enabler more than the addict.
Yeah.
And it's your fault.
And it's my fault.
I'm going to let y'all finish this.
In my youth, I tried to keep heaven send hell away. No one sings like you anymore. Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain, baby. So congratulations. Wait till next year. I don't know who's going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but you will get a concert from this show.
Yeah.
God, good bands. This is a good class. This is a good class. Last year, they had finally let Rage Against the Machine in. They fought it for a long time, and then they realized, yeah, these guys are badass.
Salt and Pepper got in.
What?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
For musical influence.
This year?
No, was
Yes.
it last year? Or
Right
this year?
now. No, they're in right. They got in.
What? I didn't see them on my list.
The musical. They didn't get in for the performer. They got in for musical influence, along with Warren Zevon.
Okay. Do we want to play What a Man or Shoop? What do you think, Vic? You got? Oh, we could do Push It. Push It. Okay, come on. Come on, give it to me, baby. We got it. This is our last one of the day.
Okay.
Push it.
First female act to achieve gold and platinum status.
Push it. Push it. Push it. Oh, baby, baby. But baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. But baby, baby. Let's go, baby. Push it good, baby.
And then the dude that discovered Prince and R.E.M. got in.
What's his name?
His name is Larry Warnaker.
Good
He
job
was the
by
head
him.
of Warner Brothers. He signed Prince, R.E.M., had a part in finding Madonna, Randy Newman, the Doobie Brothers, Ricky Lee Jones, Paul Simon, and Texas' own Gary Clark Jr.
Nice. The problem with this song is they don't get into lyrics until way later when they're like,
I was fast forwarding. Yeah.
Salt and Pepper's here and we're in effect.
I guess they
Could be
just
right
don't
here.
have
To
enough
push it back.
to get in as performers.
Want you to push it back. Then at night, working up a sweat.
I'm old.
This is like a workout song. They're pushing it up, working a sweat.
Feeling very old.
People would line dance to this.
Push it good.
Yeah. Jeez.
I'd miss
Twerk
that.
for you guys a little.
I'm glad I missed that.
But push it real good.
Nice.
Get up on this. Oh, yes. All right.
Did you know that Twist Again was a bigger hit than the Twist?
No.
What?
Yep.
The Jive Bunny one?
Sold more records than Twist Again than the Twist.
Well, do you know that the Beatles version of Twist and Shout sold more than the original because it's another case of the white man stealing the black man's work?
Didn't it sell more because of Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
I think that probably.
I think that had something to do with
Right.
it.
But
It was on
yeah,
the
I think that
soundtrack.
had
pretty
something to do with it.
rare. It's like The Godfather 2 actually being better than The Godfather.
Well, but when the
Twist
Beatles
Again.
cover your song,
That does help.
Oh, yeah.
the Beatles cover your song, and Joe Cocker, all the
Oh.
songs that Joe Cocker does, they end up being bigger hits once he does them.
Yeah.
But all right, let's take our last break of the day, friends, and when we come back, we're gonna take a look at the daily lines, and hopefully we do it with clear vision. Hopefully you were able to see me dancing and twerking without glasses or contacts. I mean, because if you had to have, if you were wearing glasses for that, you missed out on all the goodies, all my goodies. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. You can get blade-free, pain-free LASIK done and not have to wear glasses or contacts anymore. That sounds amazing. I know Vic wishes he didn't have to wear glasses. Glasses suck, man. It sucks having to find them every day. Sucks having to poke your finger in your eyeball to put in your contacts. Nobody wants to do that. And Manrique Custom Vision is the place to go. Guys, Dr. Manrique has over 25 years of experience, over 72,000 laser corrections done. That is unbelievable. And if you're worried about the money, they offer financing to all, 36 months, interest-free. Give them a call today, 210-354-2020. See how bright the future can be for you. See what I did there? Without glasses or contacts. Come see the Manrique difference for yourself. 210-354-2020 for Manrique Custom Vision.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
What's actually still open? Because the one on I-10 is closed now, right?
Yeah, that was All Stars, right?
Yeah, All Stars.
You got the Sharkies over there, whatever they call that thing.
Sugars.
All right, it's got a big shark out there. Why do you call it Sharkies?
Because they call it Sugars.
Okay. What the hell's the shark there for?
Fish market. I don't know. It's called Shark.
Beware the smell.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
You've decided to divorce. I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you're worried about getting the bills paid, childcare, and your divorce, we'll help make it simple, painless, and affordable.
Your future matters. Call the law office of Steve Benke.
Call 210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
I'm at a smoothie bar, asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-838-6161. That's 800-838-6161. 800-838-6161.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
This is Jason Minix from the Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, you know who this is, Rob?
I went home early, don't know. Didn't see this one. I was catching my parking ride.
Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's
Vertical Horizon,
bed. Jason Minix sent a text.
Uh-oh.
Might be the worst Cornell. I think he's
oh, yeah.
Not might.
Not might.
I don't know is he talking about Soundgarden Cornell being the worst version of Chris Cornell or my version being the worst? I don't know.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Man.
Hey, at least we're trying.
Something's got me reeling. Stop me from believing. Turn me around again. Said I want to do it. You know I want to do it again.
I'm glad you have a day job.
Oh, you're such a hater, Rob.
I'm not a hater.
Sorry you don't have that kind of talent.
I don't. And I'm not sorry.
Shut the door, baby.
I'm sorry
don't say
you
a
don't,
word.
really. I'm more sorry that you don't have the talent than I am.
Well.
I'm not saying...
Why are you so hurtful?
I'm not being hurtful. Sometimes you just need to hear the truth so we can all carry on.
Vic, you like when I sing?
You can sing good.
Yeah, baby, let's go.
Better than other people, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's enough. Enough of Rob bashing me. Let's go ahead and do the daily lines.
All right.
Speak truth.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
My favorite thing about singing on the radio is that I remember the first time, one of the first meetings we had with Dax when he was here, and he thought that I was singing like
trying to be good,
unironically, and like he,
I remember. Yeah,
he thought that I thought I was actually like a really good singer, and he's like,
but you know, deep down,
how do I
you do
how do
deep
I
down.
tell him?
Oh,
AJ's like, I just needed a big break. If I had coaching when I was a kid,
yeah, he's better than
if I'd
average.
have been brought up, just think this is all self-taught.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed of his knowledge of lyrics.
Self-taught.
If you could have just focused your powers for good,
self-taught, baby.
Just think of it. I mean, you could have.
But you no coaches.
Yeah.
This is all from me.
No, we assumed.
From my soul.
We assumed.
Yeah.
I bring it to you from my soul. That's where I keep all my music locked in.
Yeah, keep it locked up.
That's
Some of
right,
that stuff,
Skip.
and never let it out. Push
Let me
it
tell you
deep
something,
down,
Skip.
way down
in my
in there.
soul.
Tamp it down. Keep
Remember,
it in
I
there.
did go to a music college.
I know.
A lot of people,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm very
I blame
musical.
them. It's
Very
like
musical.
Mexican Americans. Take a Spanish and get a B.
Get a B.
And I got a B.
So you went to music college, did you?
Yeah.
They're a good one, huh?
Yes. They like to go to night school. They love education.
You didn't have to send a demo?
Oh.
Nope.
All right. The daily lines. Let's start with the NBA. Cavs 8.5-point favorites tonight in Miami. Does it matter? Do the Cavs get them out of here? We saw the Grizzlies put up a little bit of a fight on their home floor.
That's what I'm going to say.
In Game
Take
4.
the Heat just because it's a closeout. I don't think 9 points is big for any playoff, but
the Heat have always been such a good playoff team, but it feels like a lot of that was Jimmy Butler related.
There is that heart and soul gone. It's just closing a team out on the road is just really hard to do. I think the Cleveland beats them, but 8.5 might be a little much.
All right, Rockets are at the Warriors.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
Warriors 4-point favorites tonight. That feels like a lot to me.
Me too.
I think the Rockets played that first game on the road, the first playoff game on the road, and I figured there would be a little bit of a shell shock. I think they bounce back. I think we might see this thing go back and forth. Like it's going to be somebody's going to have to steal one and break the rhythm. But I think the Rockets, at a minimum, keep this close tonight.
I think it's going to be 2-2 by the end of the night, and this is probably going to go 7. I think you're right.
All right. On ice tonight, we've got the Lightning and the Panthers. The Panthers minus 150 favorites tonight, and this is a game. This is a series that's been pretty close, relatively. I say close when it's close in like the way that the it feels close like the way the Pistons Knicks have been close. Like the games have been close,
right.
but this, I mean, I guess it's 2-1, so it's not the end of the world. But Panthers Panthers with a 2-1 lead. Lightning need this one on the road to stay in it. Otherwise, they fall down 3-1. Now, then they're probably in a little trouble.
These guys are like old enemies because they're in state.
Yeah, they're
are
rivals.
Are they real
They're
rivals?
not old enemies because neither one has existed for 20 years. But
is there hatred amongst the
I would
teammates?
imagine, yeah.
I'd hope so anyway.
And they've both been really good in like recent years.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa was like the best team in hockey for a good 10-year run, it felt like, and then the Panthers have been really good the last couple years. Won it last year, and that's the team that Vegas beat in the finals the year before. So they're in the mix all the time. The Avalanche Stars and I am so torn on this. The Avalanche minus 140 tonight. The reason I'm torn is I would like the Stars to win and knock the Avalanche out. That would feel good for me as a Vegas fan who eventually wants to get all the way to the end. Not having Colorado in the way would help that. But the other part of me hates the Stars with a fiery passion and wants them to lose.
Is it because they're Dallas, or is there a previous
Dallas
hatred between? Okay.
So they've knocked each other out of the playoffs, Vegas and Dallas, the last 2 years. So when I first got here last year, Rob, it was the last game of the Vegas Dallas series. I went out and watched, and there was a bunch of Stars fans at the venue where I went, and I was wearing Knights gear, and I was treated poorly by those fans. They treated me poorly. So I hope the Stars. I don't know if I hope they win or lose. I really don't. But either way, you know what? I hope there's a bomb threat at the arena. They cancel the game and no one's hurt.
So the Knights are sitting at 2-2. They play tomorrow.
They play Tuesday.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Oh yeah. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Just kidding. Yes, they play Tuesday. They won in overtime on Saturday before I went out to Oyster Bake, which made me a little bit late to Oyster Bake. I had to stick around and see who won that game. Major League Baseball. The New York Mets are in Washington to take on the Nationals. Griffin Canning goes for the Mets. He's pitched actually really well this year. Minus 160 at Washington. Trevor Williams going for the Nats. Kind of want to back the Mets here. I like the way Griffin Canning's looked. Not usually when you've got a big-name pitcher pitching well, you pay a premium on those. Griffin Canning, not a big-name pitcher, but has been pitching really well, so I think maybe a little undervalued. Bailey Ober goes for the Twins tonight. They're at the Guardians. Guardians send Gavin Williams. They are minus 125. Will Warren goes for the Yanks. They are at the Orioles. Tomoyuki Sugano. I still think this guy is Japanese Italian. But the Orioles plus 110, Yankees minus 130.
Fine restaurant.
Oh, it'd be a great restaurant. Andre Payante goes for the Cardinals. They're at the Reds, and Nick Martinez, Reds minus 120. J.P. Sears goes for the A's. It's Patrick Corbin Day.
We
Patrick
might need
Corbin
to
Day.
rename this.
We'll see.
We're 2 in a row where it has not been Patrick Corbin
Two
Day.
straight wins in a row for Patrick Corbin. Rangers lost yesterday in maybe the most embarrassing fashion when they gave up an inside-the-park home run on it looked like a Little League play. They're just throwing the ball all over the field. It's just pathetic.
We had that in a stolen home base.
Yeah. But J.P. Sears for the A's, Patrick Corbin for the Rangers. It's a pick'em game. I'm gonna keep rolling the dice. Can he really win 3 in a row? And now minus 110. I'm getting a pick'em price.
If he does, man, we're gonna have to reevaluate the system.
We might really have to take a look at it. Jack Flaherty goes for the Tigers. The Tigres are at the Astros. Ronel Blanco, the Astros minus 120 favorites. Tigers even money plus 100 on the comeback. Bryce Elder and the Braves minus 175 in Colorado, and Dustin May and the L.A. Dodgers, minus 285 hosting the Marlins. That'll do it for us, friends. Mellow Mushroom giveaway. Let's do
quickly.
Caller number 5.
Fast.
You win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom on a Mellow Monday. We'll see you guys on a Mellow Tuesday.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman.